This is a bottle of Ardmore Legacy. A humble little bottle of whiskey. Not the best Ardmore that exists, but not the worst bottle of whiskey either. It's available everywhere for a very, very reasonable price. But every time I see a bottle of Ardmore Legacy, it makes me think of something very, very specific. It makes me think of a very unique whiskey journey. Back in 2018, Phil and Deepa of the Whisky Mystery channel purchased a bottle of Ardmore Legacy for £25 in a Scottish supermarket and took it back to San Francisco with them. It inspired a journey that's quite incredible to witness, a journey that played out blow by blow, sip by sip on YouTube, on Whiskytube, something that they recorded for posterity, for us all. Not only that, they did it blind. A complete beginning to almost end, let's say potentially end of the first chapter. We'll figure out, I'll find out a wee bit later tonight. I'm privileged to be joined by two of the best people you could meet, but certainly two of the best people in Whiskytube, Phil and Deepa, joining me tonight. As always, I'm looking forward to it. And I'll see you in a second. Hello, whiskey folk. Hello, everyone. How are we? How are we all? Welcome to the vPub. Welcome to Thursday night. I know it doesn't look like the vPub. Everything's looking a wee bit different. Everything's a bit off. And the reason is that I had to move things around because I can't fit, under the normal setup, I can't fit three people with the normal backdrop. And there's three people going to be on camera tonight. So I had to change things a wee bit. So the view that you see behind me just now that's patrons normally are the only ones that kind of have this view behind me. This is the desk is usually sat kind of in this vague position most of the time. It matters not. We're not here for visuals tonight. We're here for chat. We're here for stories. We're here for kind of sharing quite an incredible story. Something that I hope I summarised for the second time, actually, because I'd already done the intro. But realised that we weren't fully live yet. So the intro that you just saw was my second take at it. I think it was better the first time. Anyway, it doesn't matter because we've got Phil and Deepa here with us tonight. And a wee bit later, we're going to welcome them in. Once everybody's pulled up their bar stool, they've got a drink in front of them and they're relaxing, we'll get Phil and Deepa on to share their story with us. Not just a very, very unique story in the scope of Whiskytube, but also quite an interesting, I don't want to say scientific, but I do want to say an interesting experiment, because they were absolute beginners when it came to whiskey. They had nothing to lose. They were learning everything step by step. And they were taking in all of this information from all of these sources like we all do in our whiskey journey. But what they were also doing is they were finding their own way too. And what they chose to do is that they chose to record themselves doing that. That meant that they were opening whiskies and sipping them completely blind, and sharing it with all of us. This, for me, anybody that's been watching this channel from the beginning, this channel that began on blind tasting videos, this Aquavite channel. So to see another channel step up and do their whole thing based on blind was fabulous and fascinating for me. I was addicted from the very, very beginning. They started to not only do blind challenges and share it through videos, but they started to do it live on live streaming too. Eventually, they over-accumulated far, far, far more whiskey than they ever imagined they might. Familiar story, right? Of course, it happens to us all. But they shared it with us all. Over the last 4 or 5 months at the Whisky Mystery channel, things have gone a wee bit quiet. Why has it gone quiet? Well, put simply, they opened and tasted their last bottle of whiskey. I have not quizzed them. I've not asked them about what's happening. I've not kind of bullied them like I once did. They've been on the vPub before. Just a few weeks after their first ever video that they put out, I invited them onto the vPub. And I remember bullying them back then, encouraging them to do more content like that. So we've had 5 years of this content. Just fabulous to watch, fabulous to witness, fabulous to share in. Looking forward to welcoming those guys tonight. But what I'm going to do first, before we get to all of that, is encourage you all to adorn some armor. Lord Asshat himself will be joining us at the end of the show tonight to bring us a Menno quiz at the end. It's been a long time. I think it was the end of the year, 2023, the last time we had a Menno quiz. So I'm super looking forward to Menno hosting us for a wee quiz at the end too. But before we get to all of that, let's jump in, like we always do, to the Whisky Lounge and welcome some of you beautiful whiskey folk and dedicated barflies. How are y'all? I hope you're well. What have you got in the glass? And I hope it's something nice. Cheers, everyone, and welcome. Cheers. I'm going to scroll up a wee bit and look for the orange. If you're trying to get my attention tonight, please just type Aquavite or at Aquavite, and I should have a reasonable chance of picking up your comments tonight. But Tim Dorpass Whiskies bought us a wee dram to say, so glad these wonderful people are here with you. Give them both a hug for me. Hoping for travel videos on Whisky Mystery. Have got to go to work now. Tim, I know that you're working right now, and it's a busy period for you, buddy, but it's nice that you drop by, buy me a wee dram, and give hugs to Phil Deepa too. I'll be sure to do that very thing, buddy. Thank you for dropping by. Cheers, Tim. Don't work too hard, my friend. Lee J. Brown is in saying, good evening, Roy, and all you awesome barflies and whiskey folk. A quick pop in to say hi is off to bed. Early start tomorrow, off to Belfast to meet up with the Hallian Battalion. And cheers, Aquavite. Fantastic. Good evening, Roy, says Danny Keenan. Good to see you, Danny. Good Aquavite and Phil and Deepa. They'll be on in just a wee minute, Danny. Good to see you, buddy. Scott Allen as well is here. Good to see you, Scott. Hello, Roy. Great to see you live in person with great guests. Aye. Some of the finest. I'm looking forward to it, Scott, and it's nice to welcome you here too. Rolfie from Norway, Ebhead is saying, evening, Roy. This looks like a great setup for a wonderful evening with Phil and Deepa. Yeah, I'm just not sure about the whole kind of, it's fine. As long as three of us can fit on screen at the same time, Rolfie, that's the most important thing. And Max Kiner is saying, good evening, my friend, and also Phil and Deepa. Hey, good to see you, Max. Hope you and Christina are both doing very, very well. Kilted Drummer, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you, Gary. How are you keeping? He's saying, hello, folks. Hey, Roy. Nice to welcome you here always, Gary. And Jean Kelly is saying, whoops, just as it jumps, Jean, sorry, I'll whiz back up and hopefully catch you. I did. Hello, Aquavite and fellow barflies. Looking forward to the best evening of the week. We'll be missing the vPub next week, but hey, Roy has earned some time away. Aye, sorry, Jean. You're absolutely spot on. It's a good prompt as well. Next week, it's the Easter holidays here, and the kids are off school and things. So I'm going to choose to take, I do this normally, there's usually a week in April that I take a wee break. So it's going to be next week, but if the weather treats me well, I'm kind of overdue a wee bit of recycling. I might be able to do something there. No promises, but I'll do my very, very best. So there might be something to plug that week, Jean. When I come back the week after that week's break, tune in because it's going to be an on-location vPub live. I'm enjoying people guessing where they think it's going to be. I'm not sure anybody has actually been able to guess where we're going on I think that's going to be the 18th of April. But I'm going to be traveling up north to the Northern Highlands to be doing a vPub live on vacation. Super excited about that. An absolute privilege, and I'm absolutely looking forward to it. And then there'll be a solo session after that from me, and I think the week after that, maybe 2 weeks after that, Roddy will be back here with me to do a Roddy vPub, and I know that you're screaming and excited to have Roddy back too. So there's lots to look forward to, but there is going to be a wee break, and I won't be here broadcasting live next week. I hope that's okay. Mark Slinger is saying, good evening, everyone. Good to see you, buddy. How are things up in Speyside? Jeffrey Bangers is saying, what a backdrop. I just need to catch a plane and I'll be over to your house for a dram. Fantastic, Jeffrey. What a night we'd have as well too, buddy. Good evening, Roy, says Bruno Martins. Good evening, Bruno, to you. And Wally Buchanan is saying, good evening, Roy. Good evening, Phil and Deepa. Love to see you both. Make Morag and me smile every time we watch them. Fantastic to see them both. It will be, Willie. I hope you and Morag are doing well. And how's your boy Colin? Everything good at home? Major Nut is saying, enjoying trying an American malt, a Westland Sherry Oak. How's it gone down, Major Nut? I've got a Westland Sherry Oak here on the shelf, actually. I think it's a Sherry Oak. I've got a couple of Westlands, actually, courtesy of my pal Jay. Clit's the same. Good evening, Roy. Racing to finish the last bit of paperwork for tonight before I'll be able to pour myself a dram. Don't rush it. Make a good job of the paperwork. You don't want to do it twice. And that dram will taste all the better for it, buddy. I'm looking forward to raising a glass with you. George L is saying, hello, Roy, from sunny Arizona. And Gerben is saying, a very, very good doing, almost stepping into my new role, but we will meet in Limburg. I am having a Buna for Shield 2024. Gerben, it'll be a pleasure to meet you again in Limburg this year, buddy. How are you? Are you keeping well? We'll catch up there. It's the end of this month. It's only a couple of weeks away. Codger is saying, hi, Roy, Phil, and Deepa. Slancheva, and Rob Smith is saying, hey, all. Oops. Looking forward to the Menno quiz. It's been a while. Yes, I'm a wee bit nervous, but we should have fun with it. Stewie Baby's here. Evening, my bet is on you being on location at Wook's house. The mystery goes on, this mystery character that is our Wook. Yeah. I wonder if he's around this evening. I wonder if anybody's been able to work out anything more about who this fella is. Major Nut is saying it's really good. Like it a lot and planning on replacing it as soon as it's finished. Fantastic. Huge things happening with American single malts right now. All right, let's get on with tonight. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining me for another Thursday. It's wonderful to have you here. We've been joking behind the scenes before we went live tonight, just talking about how when the vPub started, Phil and Deepa were one of the first guests I had on the vPub when it first became known as a vPub back in 2018. And we were joking about how long we would go, how long it lasts. And we joked how we managed to do it around about 2 hours back then. But these days we're quite happy for it to go to 2.5, 3 hours. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter because people can pick it up in the replay. They can drop out and come back again. It's just a fantastic thing for us all to be able to enjoy. And Phil said to me, well, our 12-minute blinds usually last an hour. So I'm in good company tonight. I hope that you're all comfortable and in for the night. Kiwi God is celebrating being a member of the Barflies for 23 months. He's saying at work, but we'll watch and replay tonight. Cheers, team. Nice to have you in, Kiwi God, and thank you very much for your support. And Highland Hamish has bought me a dram to say greetings from Inverness. Phil and Deepa warehouse video with Ian at Glen Scotia a few years ago is one of the best ever Whiskytube videos and carry-ons. Fantastic. I don't know if I've watched that one, actually. Something I might need to pick up. And Justin Wan has bought me a generous dram as well from Hong Kong, saying, heading off to bed. But before I do that, I wish to encourage my friends here to raise a glass and show some support to our friends in Taiwan. Here's to that, my friend. Here's from you in Hong Kong to everyone in Taiwan, to everyone. Raise a glass to that, buddy. It's a shame you can't join us tonight, my friend. I know it's very late where you are. Thank you for staying live with us like you mostly always do. And I hope you rest easy tonight and pick it up on the replay. Cheers to you, Justin, my friend. Cheers. Lovely guy. I've loved having the opportunity to hang out with Justin too. Okay, can I just give you a wee teaser? I'm going to share a video with you now of the original video that Phil and Deepa recorded back in 2018, a completely unique YouTube experiment, a completely unique Whiskytube experiment, and something that's fascinating to watch. And it's actually, I don't know how well it's aged in some respects, but it has brought something else in that was probably not realized originally. All the prices of 2018 are, you can see the shelf edge prices. They share the prices that they paid for the bottles and things like that. And it's quite unnerving to see the prices that we're asked to pay for some of these bottles today. That aside, you go back just as a Whiskytube piece of entertainment. It's just fantastic. It was shot over 3 weeks, but it's put together into maybe a 20-odd minute long video. And it was so unique that they were on the vPub about 2 weeks after they released their first ever video. I'll give you a wee clip so that you can have a wee teaser, and I hope you pick it up. I'll link it in the description below, of course.
Never really been into whiskey that much, but last year when visiting family in Scotland, we did pick up the Ardmore Legacy, and it kind of triggered a curiosity. Is there something better than £25 Ardmore Legacy. I thought a bit of YouTube research might help. Well, there's quite a lot of opinion on YouTube, as it turns out. I think we're going to have to go and do our own testing. So we are in search for something better than the Ardmore Legacy. What have we missed?
I want to go home with you guys.
I can see people going to work outside. Cheers.
Cheers.
People are still going to work.
I still can't believe people are still going to work. There's always a place in the world where someone is going to work, right? I mean, but that's one of the funniest things and I had to include that in that little kind of montage clip. I heavily butchered and edited your original video for that little thing, but that nugget, that little giggle at you, 8 a.m. in the morning.
That's right.
Right. Just watching people going to work and you're just kind of blind tasting whiskies. Amazing, amazing. Listen, it's fantastic to welcome you back to the vPub, right?
Thank you very much, Roy.
5 years since the last visit, right? But a lot has happened in 5 years, right?
And I know a lot of lovely people here have also spent time with us, and they know the ups and downs of that 5-year journey. Nice to see you all in here.
Yes, it's wonderful. And I always would feel the same. Cheers to everyone. I always would feel the same watching you guys occasionally on your sessions, your Sunday night live streams.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes you would go out on a Thursday night before the vPub slot. Right. But also the comment section under your pre-recorded stuff as well. So much overlap, right? It's just
that's right.
Know, and I think that I want to ask you a lot of questions. I want to have your input tonight. But for me, the reason it's easy to come back here every Thursday night and go through all the stress that we discussed and we were sharing about all the how to make the setup and things. All you do is point a camera and switch on a light. It's as easy as that, right? But obviously, we had to change everything around so that we could fit on screen tonight, because in the normal setup, the camera is too close. And,
let's bring Deepa in a little more.
Yeah, scooch.
There you go.
Does that fit? Do you need me to?
There you go. Deepa's fully in now.
So we're it's working, right? In fact,
there you go.
No, I don't.
No, it's good.
I move it.
You can come more. You can come more.
Yeah, I mean it's we've made it work. It's working. I think. Hopefully the sound is okay. I don't know, the mic's further away than you. It doesn't matter. It's all good. As long
Deepa
as you
doesn't
hear
care
us.
about sound.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Deepa is lip reading us tonight. She's got some little subtitles down here. So in case you hadn't met Deepa before, she can't hear. But she can drink whiskey, so we're okay.
And she's excellent at lip reading a Glaswegian accent. Fantastic. So you've learned a lot of things in 5 years, not just how to switch on a camera and to set up and do live streams and things like that.
Yeah.
That Ardmore Legacy bottle there, pass me that over. That's exactly the branding, everything.
That's it. It looks
right
exactly the same.
So let's start from that. I know I've probably chatted a wee bit about it on the original vPub and everything.
Yeah.
But just for context, for everybody that's in here tonight, you were in a UK supermarket and you decided I'll buy a bottle of whiskey.
That's right. We'd had a little whiskey at my brother's. We were like, oh, it's actually better than I thought. Whiskey's better than I thought. And we were just picking up a couple of things to take back.
Is your brother a whiskey drinker?
Not really. But, there's normally a bottle of some kind in the house.
Yeah.
Bunna 12 was given to him as a gift.
Yeah.
Thought that was good. The Ardmore was just us looking for something to buy, in the supermarket. And it just set off that question. It's like, okay, well, if this is a £25 bottle, is there something better? Like the video says.
Yeah.
And you know, it set off a journey that we absolutely, definitely knew we were not going on. That's all I can say. You know, we were laughing at prices back then.
Yeah,
We would love to buy them at those prices. Now we're like, obviously, we're never going to be buying one of those.
Yeah,
It's over $100 or whatever.
yeah.
Obviously, never. But you know, Brora has entered our life since then.
But whiskey is a way of inspiring you, forcing you, but twisting your arm, as a way of teaching you to think differently about so many things.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's often about a wee bit of spending money.
Yeah.
One of the things I mentioned to you, we didn't want to discuss a lot of the things that we're going to talk about tonight. I'll go into the structure of what we're going to do tonight in a second, but we didn't want to talk about blow by blow because we want to have the conversation now and keep it fresh and things like that. But we talked about the fact that you can now go back to that original video from 2018 and see Longmorn 16, $119.
Yeah.
You know, Lagavulin 16, I think, was going from memory, $69.
Yeah.
And all of these kind of prices, you're looking at I speeded that section up there for that little segment. But if you go back and watch the original video, it's at regular time.
Yeah.
And you see the original prices.
I think Talisker Distiller's Edition was 75, and that was an expensive
Oh
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Back then, that would have been an expensive one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's one of the things that I found myself getting far too much consumed by feeling upset about the price of whiskey.
Yeah.
And you look at this.
Yeah.
Right. How can you complain about the prices of whiskey when why? How? Because the thing that shoots up in price, you find alternatives.
Yeah.
The community suggests alternatives.
Yeah.
You find other ways to go. I have joked about his expression when he goes to do his YouTube research.
Yeah.
When he's on the video and he said, I thought I'd look to YouTube for some guidance. And you do this, you've got a wee kind of sneer, and you put up all the screens, which is fabulous. It's just got all of these snapshots in there. And then he turns right to the camera and he said, well, it turns out there's a lot of opinion as it happens, right? And it's just his face is just this fascination, this kind of whoa.
Because I was looking at the channels to work out, well, what are the basic whiskies we should start with?
Yeah.
And it was going to be 4. Well, it should be 6. Apparently 24.
24
to get started. But that's what it was. We were watching the videos.
What the best money for?
Well, it was supposed to be less than that, but it's like, oh, well, we have to have one of those then, and one of those. And, oh, we should try that one. And we were already set off. The ball had already been pushed down the edge of the hill, you know.
Once you've got a 24 bottle collection, that you're whiskey fans, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, you've got no choice. You have to enjoy this stuff now.
That's
but
right.
the guy in the Total Wine, you said?
Total Wine. But yeah.
So as they're filling the trolley, I don't know if it was staff or just a regular
It was just
customer.
another customer walking by.
He said, I'm coming home with you guys. He said, too funny. Okay, 24 bottles in the car. Just amazing. Listen, I don't want to talk too much about that specific video. It is Whiskytube gold. It's fabulous. Yeah, but what you come into it with is a purity.
Right.
You're untainted. You've taken some guidance and you don't really know what all of this chatter on YouTube or wherever else is about. So you'd start to step into this.
Right. And obviously we'd watch reviews. So someone's talking about Ardbeg 10, you know, this is supposed to be smoky, but we hadn't experienced it. So we had neutralized the label by putting them in the anonymous bottles before we'd ever tasted an Ardbeg 10 or a Lagavulin 16.
No brand loyalty.
But we didn't even know what smoky meant in this context. So
even ABV
or strength, yes. Abelard Bunna did surprise us somewhat. At 60%, we had no idea what to do with it.
It was hot to you.
We just thought it's just burning.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with this one.
Yeah.
And we never knew that at Porter.
Well, we didn't know that it could. What did 60% mean? Like literally, we hadn't experienced any of them, and that was the fun of the video. I think, hopefully, for people watching at that time was. They'd been through something similar, and it was funny to see someone go, or us two go through it. And the whole start of the the ongoing videos, the premise was, you know, it's like Idiots Abroad, you know.
Yeah. The
It's like,
blind leading the blind as well. Yeah.
but it's like, let's enjoy watching people stumble through this stuff that I stumble through as well.
That's right. Yeah.
And then as it progressed, we started to notice people showing up who were mistakenly think they were coming for
Expertise.
opinion.
Yes.
But you know, the chat would straighten them out. No, don't worry. We're here for a different reason, you know. But you know, and that's how it evolved. But you know, early on it was all about sort of the train wreck of like, this will be funny. Let's see.
But it's kind of like you almost imagine people watching it and saying, why am I watching this? These guys know nothing. They're just like me. Right. It's just that thing that you can connect with, that thing that even if you've discovered the thing you're trying to work out, you remember what it was to not know.
Yeah.
So the privilege of being able to watch you learn was, and there's not a lot of, in fact, I don't think there's another channel that did it in such a way.
Right.
Because even the channels that wouldn't know would learn first,
right,
and then turn up and say this, you know, my channel, right? I'm going to turn up and say, right, I know this, and I'll share it with you now.
Yeah, the intention of speaking to people is generally to impart some kind of knowledge.
That's right. That's right.
That wasn't our premise.
Well, if you're going to make a video and somebody's going to turn up to watch the video, hopefully they're going to get something out of it.
Yeah.
But I think that what the Whisky Mystery channel gave us was unique.
Yeah.
And no other channel was, even the ones that did blind. I mean, I talked about my channel started on blind challenges.
Yeah.
When I started to do the kind of a collaborative thing with other channels to encourage more and more channels, more people to sit blind, I was amateur hour compared to what you guys did. Everything. As soon as you bought a bottle, you were decanting
and
it.
Some people, if they're not aware, they might be thinking, well, how do you do a blind challenge of the bottles you bought? At one point, we had managed to amass 200 different whiskies in anonymous bottles on the shelf behind us that we would pick from.
Yes.
So obviously,
random.
We knew it was within the list, and the list could be seen publicly each week. So everyone who watching could be like, okay, so they're in the PT section, and people would be trying to guess from our notes, you know. And whoever was closest or managed to get it got to say, okay, I want the bottle third in from the right for the next episode.
Which sounds weird. How can somebody watching and chatting guess? But they were able to guess, because they while they didn't have any clue what you'd picked, they knew the list.
Yes.
Right, they knew the list,
but
they would listen to your notes and your.
But people watching knew more about whiskey than we did.
Yeah.
So we'd be saying things like, "This is like, you know, ashtrays with dogs or something," and they'd be like, "Oh, maybe they're having a, you know," and you know, people trying to put it all together.
It's very diplomatic of them not to tell us what tastes like ashtrays and dogs, right?
Could be many a good whiskey.
It was fascinating, and I think that the more anybody could step in and watch and have enjoyment watching your videos, but some people became really invested. And turned up every week because they were waiting for their whiskey to get picked from the shelf and getting excited about it. Can it be this week? Can it be this week? Just a fascinating thing. I'm going to go through, hopefully throughout tonight, go through your arc of your whiskey journey, because you're 5 years in now.
That's right. Yeah.
You're not whiskey experts, but we've been...
Even I've no idea what was sticky.
But
you know, if it's good.
What we enjoyed every week was this. You say this a lot. It's so surprising how surprised you can be, even 4 years later, 5 years later, of what a whiskey can deliver.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whether it's younger, older, something, you're like, we're still discovering things that we thought we'd covered. You know.
Yeah. I mean, what am I now? I'm 19 years now.
Yeah.
And I'm still like. Yeah. Like, wow, you know, and that's, I think, as long as it keeps being like that, we've got a chance. I'm going to jump in before, and then I'll tell everyone how we're going to shape tonight as well, because I don't want to miss. There's Jimmy Leggin tonight. The screen is much further away than it normally is. So, actually, something that is rarely mentioned about Phil and Deepa is how generous they are with their whiskey. Having received a local barley myself, I can only attest to it. Great to see them here again. Yes. Jimmy Legg up in
Yeah.
Nova Scotia. Thank you very much for your dram, Jimmy, and your kind
Cheers,
words.
Jimmy.
Helen Hellswood is celebrating being a member of the Barflies for 48 months with her pink Barfly. Jesse Artensalo for 28 months as well. Good evening, Aquavita and Barflies. And Helen is saying good evening, Roy, to you, along with Phil and Deepa. Jimmy, Helen, I wonder if Andy's alongside you tonight. I hope he is. Jesse as well. Good to see you, and Jesse. Welcome, everyone. Thank you.
I'm just laughing at Whiskey 101.
A big hello to Phil and Deepa. What a journey it's been, says Nick. Loved it so much. My favourite episode is their favourite bourbon turns out to be the Old Perth.
Old Perth 23 was our favourite bourbon.
Wow.
We were like, finally, one we like.
Yeah.
And then we
It's
revealed
a
it.
Scotch. But this is whiskey, and I think we mentioned tonight before we went live, we're not nervous about being embarrassed around whiskey now. We don't really care.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. And if somebody calls you out and says, you don't know what you're,
what's
actually happening there is they don't know.
Yeah.
Because they've never been caught out.
We are
in such a
confirmed
way.
that we don't know.
Listen, there are people out there with fantastic palates, much better palates than mine, much more experienced than I am. Sure, that's not why we're here.
No.
We're not here as experts. We're here because we love the stuff and we like to share it and we like to enjoy it. And it's fantastic. So we're going to talk about their journey, their channel, what they thought of everything, how they approached the YouTube thing, and how they ended up feeling about it towards the end. But throughout the night, I've got some prompts that I'm just going to randomly pull in. I'll pull up a banner and I'll just use as discussion points. I'll try my best to take your questions too. I'm always looking out for the orange, of course. But what we've also got going on is you might see these whiskies in front of us. Phil and Deepa are here. We have to do something blind, right? Now, the difference is I allowed them to come in here before we went live tonight and pick a bottle each, any bottle from the shelf, as long as it wasn't sealed and as long as it wasn't the last. Don't kill a bottle, don't open a bottle, but other than that, anybody, they can reach for anything. Lots and lots of choice. There's literally could be anything in the glass. I picked one, Deepa picked one, and Phil picked one. And we're going to just kind of punctuate the discussion tonight with a wee blind challenge because we have to. It's Whisky Mystery, of course we do. And we'll use our discussion because I was looking at, I was dropping in and watching them over the 5 years that they were around. And I was able to witness, I mean, I'm sure people witness me changing over the years and my journey and things, but I was able to witness people coming from nothing, right? Just a curiosity, pure curiosity, to people who were sitting assessing whiskey in a way that you had devised yourself and turned out to be on occasion after occasion after occasion compelling.
Yeah.
Because you could be wrong. Old Perth is your favorite bourbon.
I don't mind.
It doesn't matter. But sometimes you were so right.
So
uncannily in the way you described it, the way you talked about it. I think this is it. Sometimes you would say it early on. Sometimes, this is it. And you reveal it. And it's almost a disappointment that it's correct because there's no kind of, it's just like, oh, wow, we actually got this one right. So it's fascinating to watch. You clocked up quite a few hours, didn't you?
Oh, I mean, I think we got through about 350 whiskies over that time. And it was always, I mean, whether we knew what the whiskey was or not wasn't important. It was obviously describing it in a way that we got to learn what we thought about that whiskey before we saw the label.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the type of person who likes to delay learning because I like being on the learning curve, and I don't want to get to the top of the curve. I don't want it to flatten out too soon.
You don't want to become jaded, and
I want to maintain that bit of the learning curve for as long as possible. So if you can slow it down and stretch that angle out, and this is, how we wanted to do it to eliminate all the labels. And now, I guess the blind tasting was more driven by we should try this. What did you think early on about doing it? I mean, I don't know what you ever really thought at the beginning, middle, or end about it.
But in my mind, I was thinking about Brora and Flaming Art.
Oh, Brora and Flaming. See, Deepa's go straight to Brora. That's the first whiskey she's mentioned.
For me, I was very nervous about wicked flaming art.
That's right. We did have a blind with 38-year Brora
And
and
Flaming,
Flaming
Heart.
Heart and Talisker 25 and a Highland Park 28 and a Ardmore 30. But we ended up,
Start on £25 Ardmore Legacy.
but we ended up with the compass box.
No,
100
I
versus
know, I
the
will not
Brora.
bother. No, blind, but that time, for the first time, I was really
You were
nervous.
actually scared
Yes.
because everyone watching knew what we were drinking at that
Yeah.
time.
I remember watching it.
Yeah.
You were nervous about
Yeah.
because I suppose you would break something
Yeah.
if you picked a Flaming Heart. I mean, Flaming Heart is not a cheap bottle of whiskey, but $150 or less
Right.
versus 4-figure sums for
Yeah.
for old Brora now.
Yeah.
So I can appreciate the apprehension. In fact, I remember feeling it vicariously through watching you when you were that very video. I remember it. Well, no spoilers.
No, right.
Did they pick the Brora or no spoilers?
But that moment came after 5 years, where we became more conscious.
Well, we were looking for more complex experiences, even the blind. That was slightly different because it was somewhat of a known quantity. Like we knew it was in there. But Deepa, I mean, we hear the running joke about trying to hide the bottles from the wife and all of that.
Yeah.
Deepa's the opposite. It's like, if I say, what do you think we should? She's like, yes. How many?
Yes, I think he's 23.
Yes. There was a Craigellachie 23 story.
Craigellachie 23.
We love that bottle.
It's gorgeous. Yeah.
And there's still quite a few Dusties hanging out in the US.
Yeah.
And if I ever see it on a website, I type in, how many would you like? I go 100. Because if it offers you 100, they don't have any.
Yes, that's right. Oh, that's clever. Yeah.
But if it comes back and it says only something available, you're like, ooh, could be. I was like, Deepa, I found this website. I said they've got 5 available. She was like, so buy 5. I was like, okay. Now, one of them came with us this trip. It was my brother's 60th birthday.
Oh, nice.
So there's a Craigellachie.
Nice. Happy birthday to your brother.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Oh, no,
Cheers.
I finished that one.
Oh.
I can't start with the...
Okay, well, we need to... We need something. We can't... Where is it? There it is. We'll had some more of this, will we?
Yeah.
Because you can't raise a toast with an empty glass,
That's right.
There we go. A wee bit more. It's the same one, right? Poquito más. There we go. And a wee bit more for me too, since it's a very nice one. This was actually a gift. I want to remember the fella that gifted this to me. Or maybe the original bottle of this was a gift and I managed to pick up a second one of this. But Glenelgan 24, this will be finished tonight, I think. Many happy returns to your brother.
Yes.
And can we say
Happy birthday,
hello
brother.
to Mum as well?
Oh, yeah.
I picked Phil and Deepa up from Phil's mum's house. So, hello. Hope you're
That's
enjoying. Eileen. Cheers to you, Eileen. And cheers to everyone. We've got some other folk in the chat to say cheers to too. None other than we've got our mystery man, or mystery, I keep saying man, I keep assuming, our mystery person, Wook.
Wook is back.
He is, or they have,
Yeah.
outdone themselves this week. Not only have they given us enough to replace our Glenelgan here, but they've also gifted 50 Aquavitae memberships as well to the community. That means that you can sign up as a membership to become a barfly. You get access to all the emoji and things, but all the barflies pay that $1.99 a month normally in order to keep all the vPub content, all the Aquavitae channel content these days, ad-free, absolutely ad-free. So let's raise a wee glass to our friend, our mystery friend, Wook. Thanks for his generosity, not just to me, but to the community as well with the memberships. Whoever you are, person, one day we need to work it out. Cheers to you. Thank you for your generosity. Cheers.
Cheers.
Right under the mic, super. And Adrian is in, Adrian Madrigal.
Whiskey.
It's gorgeous, right? I hope you've picked good whiskies for your blinds to follow that one. I love saying Adrian's name, Adrian Madrigal. What a great name, right?
That's fantastic.
Hello, Roy. There is no legal definition for cask strength. Could be there's some diluted cask strength bottles. Do you know any? Yes. So there's a lot of there's no legal definition, that's true, but there is guidance in the SWA regulations for cask strength. And as soon as you reduce by any amount whatsoever, it's no longer cask strength. That just makes perfect sense. But there are some cask strength releases out there that do have the name cask strength on the label that are not actually legitimately cask strength. I do think it needs to be defined and it needs to be properly controlled, but we get the gist, right? If they're dropping it down to 50% and saying cask strength, then it's a problem.
Right.
But if it's at 57.1 and it's 100 proof bottling and they write cask strength on it, it's close to cask strength. That said, yes, you're absolutely right, Adrian. But thank you for your dram, buddy. Cheers.
Cheers.
Jimmy Legacy, I only know one thing about Wook, and it's not Doc. Well, you know two things. It's not you, Jimmy, unless it is you. Mike Molasses is saying, Phil and Deepa's journey was so fun to follow. Their blind tastings and excellent tasting notes influenced a lot of the bottles in my collection. Oh, wow. Cheers to you, Mike. And Excess to Scotch is saying, good evening, Roy. I've made it to Scotland. I picked up a message from you somewhere today, Excess to Scotch, but as I've maybe explained, I had a meltdown today trying to figure out how to make this room work. So we'll get back to you, my friend. Welcome to Scotland. Well, it's nice to have you here.
Arrived on a sunny day.
Yes, aye. And it's been very, very. Have you seen all the potholes?
Oh.
It's just so
I felt them.
much. Yeah, I know. So wet recently, but there has been a few sunny, bright blue days.
Yeah.
And I wish you more of those too while you're here. Right. Do we start with the blinds, or do you want your first prompt?
Let's do a little nose introduction to the blinds.
Let's nose the blinds.
A little teaser.
My screens are so far over the place. I don't even know where.
What if we do bubbles introduction to the blinds without even nosing tasting yet?
Well, this is very much a Phil and Deepa thing. Where are those two sample bottles? Because we'll be able to. So we've got very Phil and Deepa Whisky Mystery-esque. All the blinds that we've poured tonight are in a wee sample jar so that we can give them a good shake and see what kind of bubbles appear. And before you think that this is kids TV nonsense, right? What I've got here in this, my left hand onto your right then is a high strength, cask strength Adrian whiskey. Okay, this is cask strength. This is a cask sample, in fact. So I know that this has not been diluted in any way. And here I have a 40% ABV Speyside whiskey. Now, the camera's not going to focus very well, but you don't really need it to. If I just give these a good shake, watch what happens to the bubbles. Look at the cask strength one. Stays like the head on a beer, whereas the 40% ABV one is disappears.
I'm hoping everyone's reaching for a bottle right now.
Giving it a good shake.
If it's over 50%, shake that bottle carefully.
Yeah.
Carefully, don't smash anything.
But this is something that you might have picked up from Charlie McLean or on Ralphie's channel or here and there. And sometimes if we're doing a wee blind flight, before we pour, what we might do is that it's not a cheat, it's an analysis, is that before you pour, or the best thing to do is probably pour half and leave half in the glass and give it a good shake and just see how these bubbles, otherwise known as the bead, reacts. Oh, this is the blue. This is me.
Let's see.
Oh.
Now, it's very hard to tell 46 or below. They all tend to look the same. 48 starts to show something. 50 to 55 is sort of peak bubbleage. But you can get tricked if it's really high because they can disappear as fast as low ones. And we have made that mistake before.
Wow. So I went through it. I had enjoyed a lesson tonight from Phil based on his own experience that he's developed over doing this very thing over the 5 years of the channel. Wow.
So Deepa, what do you think? What have we got?
I think he's very, very thick.
So 40 to 46.
Yep. Okay.
Is it possible they could be higher?
You give me 60.
Could be 60.
If they cost
Yeah, it happened.
Well, we've made that mistake in the past.
I think 55.
52, 55?
55.
Oh, 55. Okay.
This one.
So definitely not 46.
No,
Wow.
that's a purpose.
We need to comment on how pale the green one is. The green one's you, right?
That is me.
Yeah.
That is quite pale.
Very pale.
Luckily, they're not. We did joke that we could have possibly all picked the same bottle.
Yeah, we were allowed to come in here on our own and just pick whatever, but the colours are clearly different, right?
Right. I think
Even the color are the same.
I think we have 3 separate whiskies. Right then. Do you want to go with the question then?
Okay.
Or what's
What
the
we're
plan?
going to nose, were we not?
Okay, let's nose. You want to nose?
Yes.
Mine noses exactly as I would expect it to. It will taste exactly as I expect it to because, of course, I know what's in the glass. Ooh.
Now, I must admit, normally me and Deepa do some homework the day before. Not that we know what it is, but so that we have some map. Not tonight. We are fully blind.
Sherry.
Okay, sherry. Okay, Rich.
Not sherry.
Not sherry. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Mm. You know, if
If very sherry.
if they didn't have dots on, I don't think I would know what I'd picked from, nosing.
Well, we put covers on these
Oh,
tonight
okay.
because we weren't sure if anyone had picked a PT one.
Okay.
But I'm
Multi.
not. I don't want to. I shouldn't say anything. Let's not lead the others.
So I've got more multi sherry and more.
Well, you're having a wee
medicinal
nose.
sherry. Mm.
If very sherry.
I'm going to bring up one of your first questions. Okay.
Yeah.
How reliable have you found the
How
bubble
reliable
test?
have you found the bubble test?
Very.
Apart from some gross mistakes and the occasional Macallan, which is surprisingly bubbly. A 48% Macallan can be looking like 55.
But about 90%.
Yeah, about
Really accurate.
90%. Yeah, as we've got it tuned in.
Incredible.
With it,
And we played around tonight before we went live. We were picking things
Yeah.
off the shelf and just giving it a shake and things like that. Unfortunately, the Macallan tonight, the 40% Macallan, the only Macallan that I've got on my shelf, and it's only even there because of a very specific project I did. Why am I saying that? It doesn't matter. I'm amazed that I've got a Macallan because Phil asked me, "Do you have a Macallan?" And that's
you laughed.
Yeah.
You
I-
laughed to that question.
because I was almost going no. Then I went, "Oh wait, I actually have got a Macallan. That's really quite weird." Anyway, the bubbles died. The bubbles died away quite quickly.
Right.
And we picked up a Glenfarclas,
Yeah.
which is the space cider that's in this one.
Yeah.
And we gave the bottle a shake too, and they were very, very similar.
Yeah.
But your takeaway is that some Macallans can bubble up really quite nicely and have a big bead. Yeah.
Surprising. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's only an outlier that
But
we've
it's
really
not
found.
the quality.
Yeah. Ooh. Springbank local barley. That can do good bubbles too.
Oh.
Quality bubbles.
He was giving my local barley a good old shake as well tonight.
Just to check.
Yeah. Only
Quality control.
half a bottle left. Delicious stuff. I think it's this year's one. I need to let you try it before you leave tonight.
We did have a taste of it in the pot still.
Oh,
And we went, ooh,
it's good, isn't it?
we haven't got this one. With sadness.
And then you say, Deepa, should we get it? Get 5. Get 5. Unfortunately, it's not going to be easy to get 5 local barleys, of course, and it will be quite expensive. So the bubble test you've found, and I set these questions up, these prompts up,
Yeah.
before we'd spoken about anything.
Right.
So these are all going to be fresh to you tonight. So you feel that this is a reliable part of whiskey analysis.
Yeah.
To giving it, and we have to remember
It's
there are
been so consistent.
there are 2 sides to tasting whiskey blind.
It's a bit different. They are too similar.
These, yeah.
Why similar?
So Deepa saying that ours are similar. And
Yeah.
Roy's is different.
So- and the three glasses
Right.
are in the same order as we are sitting tonight. Mine, Phil's, Deepa. So there are the 2 types of blind tasting. So there's a blind tasting to analyze the whiskey, you know, in order to test the whiskey. Do we like the whiskey? Is it good whiskey? To score the whiskey, all of these things. And then there's blind tasting to analyze or to test the taster.
Yeah.
To how what kind of cask do you think this is from? What kind of ABV do you think it is? You know, all of these kind of things. So there's two different ways. And, you know, they're not mutually exclusive. You weave both into the most fun blind tasting sessions.
It is so good. Man.
The green
How
one.
you're liking that?
It is the
I picked that one.
best.
I think
Can you say why though?
I
Is it? We've got the faceometer in full. You know, at the end of the blinds, we would normally have a little sneak taste of what next week's whiskey was going to be. And it became very, because it started off, I was like, Deepa, don't give anything away. Like we'd discuss it before we went live. Don't give anything away. And the comments were just like, oh, this isn't a good one. Because Deepa's just, she was like, I didn't say anything. I said,
but
Deepa.
this was from the first video.
Your
visceral,
I don't know.
your
Yeah.
visceral reactions,
I see.
the way that you would just pop and go, wow, like that was so obvious.
Unfortunately, this flows into real life in unfortunate ways sometimes. If my mum is watching, she'll remember the day that she bought us a kettle. You know, we were in a new place. Bought us a perfectly useful kettle, and Deepa went, no.
And she never forgave me
But
after 30 years.
that's what people have enjoyed about
Deepa,
the
right?
show, because the faceometer became
The Deepa effect.
yeah. And we used to joke about, you know, would we put this on the sharing list, because, you know, there was many whiskies like this,
Yeah.
and we'd put them on the sharing list for people to like, oh, could I have a sample of that, whatever. But it became a running joke that on the first sip, people would be like, this one's going on the sharing list. Or this one's not going on it. So, yeah.
Amazing. And it's that's the amazing thing, and it can happen specifically probably through live streams,
Right.
because you have the ability to build a relationship, right?
Yeah.
The bi-directional
Of course.
exchange. A generous Draman from Jimmy Jazz, you star. Jimmy, thank you very much. Really miss filling.
Deepa.
Deepa equals truth. That's nice. Yeah, exactly. Jimmy's often
Oh,
Pretty
wow.
sharp.
Yeah.
Very complex.
I really miss Phil Deepa. He's saying, and their viscometer,
The
they
viscometer.
need to restock and restart.
Yeah.
Let's. I think that's going to be our exclamation mark, or what's going to happen, what's next. It's like when they were talking about someone.
Lemony.
And Daniel Williams has bought us a dram as well to say, you have to read that out. It says, wobble a double.
Wobble a double. Don't forget to
Don't
like.
forget Daniel, thank you very much, buddy. Absolutely. Leave a wee like if you're enjoying yourself hanging out in the vPub. It does help. I often say it helps people realize, or it helps people know that it's legitimate content. And then sometimes I work out, is it actually legitimate content? Is it us just turning up on a Thursday night to have fun? Thanks, Daniel. Thanks very much. And Jimmy Jazz, you star. Thanks to you. Well, I see you. I won't see you in Limburg this year, will I? Everybody will see you soon. Cheers.
I'll give you a cheers nose.
I'm going to put the Glenelgan off to the side.
Yeah.
And I'm going to come in. So how do you want to do this? Start with one?
I think so.
Start with mine, maybe.
Yeah.
Just do it in left to right or right to left.
Yeah.
And I'll obviously just stay out of it, and we'll play a wee game of is it a space side?
Okay, so we're going to work through one to the finish.
Well, we'll do this one, and then we'll pause. We've got some other things
Yeah.
to do, right? And then we'll do this one and this one. Do you think that'll work?
Okay. To the reveal, or do we do a round one?
Well,
and then we do a reveal later.
I think what we do is we do each one right to the finish.
Okay.
And he is a little bit of theatre.
Yeah.
What we'll do is once we've dialed in what our guesses are going to be,
Yeah.
you know, I think it's this. I think it's this region. I think it's this ABV. It's feeling like this kind of whiskey, and I think it's that. And you can make your own guess. And then I'll get up and I'll walk to where the bottle is.
Right.
And
we'll start to narrow.
because they've been given a map of the vPub. They know where all the space
Oh,
siders
were
are.
we supposed to remember that?
That's right.
I'm not sure.
You're, It's not going on the sharing list.
Yeah. You've already picked your favourite. I think it's a very, very specific style of whiskey that is not the type of whiskey that people love as beginners.
Right. I think that's valid.
Yes.
Now, one thing we would try, because we didn't know what they were, we would try and make up names for it. Have you got any sense of a name that you might give?
Complex.
Do we want to start with this one then?
No, I don't think so. Maybe we just try and give them names. Do you have any names? What would you describe? See, for yours, I've got something like, mushroom pie for yours, Roy.
Mushroom pie.
What have you got? Tea. Oh, Deepa's got tea. Mushroom.
Apple tea.
So not steak and ale, but mushroom tea pie.
Mushroom tea pie.
I get all of that.
Something.
Right. Okay. Let's stick. Well, we stick with this one. Right. We're sticking with the blue one, which is mine. Mushroom
tea pie.
And I would like to tell. I should have worked out a way to tell the people that are watching what we've got in the glass. But we won't be at it for too long. Okay. That's the. If you were going to call it something or label it, mushroom tea pie.
Mushroom tea pie.
Yeah. Because there's something dark and musty going on in there.
Absolutely. Oh, is it, on the palate.
I'm going full watery first.
Dark, alcohol-infused fudge and dates, fudgy, studgy.
Hey, you know what it is.
Right, but sorry, I should butt out, but I was surprised by the nose doesn't.
Scottish fudge.
Scottish fudge, but the nose doesn't suggest sweet.
Yeah.
And then you taste it and you're like, oh, the sweetness.
See, I'm more on sort of autumn leaves, slightly decomposing,
mulchy.
sort of, mulchy, wet autumn leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah, wet autumn leaf.
Is there? Got to try anything.
I feel like I'm watching Whisky Mystery now.
Is there anything? Is there anything peaty there at all? A tiny, maybe.
No, get a bit.
Yeah. I mean, possibly, but I'm not sure. Musty, slightly peaty, slightly rotten wood.
They're good.
54, 55 ABV.
Well, you shook it. See, we've done this sometimes where we've tasted it and felt that it was strong, but then it's maybe turned out to be more spiciness of the barrel, which tends to be the second half, whereas if it's punchy first half, it tends to be the alcohol.
Cask spice over alcohol spice,
right?
Which
so
can be difficult to separate sometimes.
Yeah.
And then, but I suck a bit, and then my brain reanalyzed, and then I said, okay, maybe 48.
Right.
But not 46. But it is 43.
The bubbles say it can't be over 46. So, which tells me it must be cask spice. So more likely to be sherry butts, and that tends to be what we're smelling. So,
but it's not peppery, not spicy.
Well, I've got a little tiny, tingly, spicy, nice on the finish. Okay, what about age?
I can feel it to finish.
Find my.
But it's not very interesting finish.
It's not very interesting finish. Okay, so it's more spicy, prickly, spicy. I'm getting.
Even that spicy for me.
Oh, I'm getting quite a lot of that.
But very balanced.
Balanced. There's no bad bits.
No,
it never takes a bad turn. It takes a couple of turns. So maybe it's.
But there's no surprises.
No surprises.
No.
Maybe 15 years, 18 years.
No, more 18.
More like 18. Okay. So something musty, sherry. Don't know if there's peat or not.
Very sherry, but not very sherry. Okay. Peppery. It's a bit rosemary bitterness.
Rosemary bitterness. So.
But they
I don't want to play anymore.
Is it funky or kind of straight flavors. Oh, I thought we were going slightly funky.
No, I'm not getting
Would you imagine it's from Speyside?
more like space.
Okay. I was trying to lead the witness. It never worked. So
Where were you trying to lead
but-
him?
well, I don't know. I just thought there was something which isn't quite mainstream. It's not like the typical, here's what nice round whiskey tastes like.
Okay.
There's a bit of a challenge to it. And
But it's very sophisticated and class.
Do you like it?
Because of the complexity
The
that's starting to get
complexity.
on. So that means it's
official bottle or independent?
a better, more actually.
I think it could be independent. I thought it had that sort of balance of sherry bourbon that is quite controlled,
So therefore, you think
like
it's
working towards an official
official.
bottle,
It makes
for
sense.
me at least. Would it be? I mean, is it?
Okay, it's more official because it's more gateau. It's very gateau.
So you don't think there's anything Campbelltowny about it? Or what about like a Ben Romack? What about a dirty Speyside? Ben Romack 15? No, is it that strong? No, they're only 43, aren't they? Something like that. Oh, a bit peaty now though.
I'm not worthy. This is
Just peaty.
I am being schooled. This is fabulous.
There's
This is
something-
absolutely
Aren't you getting
fabulous.
something a little peaty now?
No.
No, Deepa saying no. Mushrooms. Will you go as far as mushrooms?
Very, very fun.
Based on their description,
About the 50-50 is bourbon and sherry.
Hmm.
50-50,
Pretty
and
even
very
balance.
gateau. So it's after the back. Oh, you think about a beef now. Yes. Gosh.
Do you go Springbank 10?
No, that's pretty baggy. Not for me. But I've
Deepa,
got
Deepa,
more
just
than
picked,
me.
Deepa just picked out a bit of peat. Right?
Yeah.
But it's not part of my favourite.
Are we getting any pine needles?
Is this a Springbank tale for you?
Yeah, something pine needly.
Yeah, it's baggy.
A
pine
resinous
needles.
thing.
Yeah, resin pine needles. More sherry than
Yeah,
I
it's more
expected.
than for my baggy.
a too much sherry.
Mm.
Springbank 10.
It's not too much sherry.
Mm,
I think it's slightly boring because
slightly boring.
it's too official.
All right. I think we've said enough. I'm going. So final age,
15, 18,
15 to 18. That's where we were to start with. Final
and
ABV.
ABV 48.
Yeah.
If I thought it was 46.
Yeah, I'm going with 46. I'm trusting the bubbles. How much are you paying for it?
That's a good point. It's a complexity is sophisticated. I go for 250.
Can you
a
still-
cheap one. Deepa saying 250.
Can you still taste it now, even
Yeah.
a minute after your last
Yeah.
sip, right?
I think we're in the. Well, what
I
year?
prefer-
What year for the price?
Yeah.
current
It's not
current year pricing. We could be
but it's not my favorite.
not your favorite.
Not your favorite style?
Not your favorite style.
No. Sorry, not favorite.
I still think we're in this a sherried Springbank
Oh,
10
it's pretty bad. But it's not
type
funky,
of thing.
mushroomy
Well, I'm
or,
thinking too much sherry. But could be 18 of something else.
Okay. Well,
I think
do
it's
you want the
I
reveal
think it's
now?
a space time. I think it's a space time. But you think
A
it
dirty
can-
Speyside.
You know, think?
A dirty Speyside. Something
46% ABV. Something it could be 18 of something else.
Yeah.
Sherried, but
Yeah.
you sense that it's a vatting,
Yeah.
something that's been made, engineered, put together.
Yes.
A little bit of smoke on it.
Yeah.
But you're all over the place when it comes to age 15 to 18 seems to be the consensus.
Yeah.
Bit of theatre. Unfortunately, you don't get to see me picking it from the shelf because I go over to the Campbelltown section.
Roy's in Campbelltown. And he's
I go to
reaching.
the Springbank
No,
Yeah,
come
I
on.
do not get
Come on the Springbank.
and I pick the 18.
Yes,
Wow.
that is not bad.
Oh my goodness.
What is the
That-
mix?
that-
Oh my goodness.
That's got a purple piece. That's what you got. The
No,
purple.
this is the Springbank.
The majority of the makeup in this will be sherry cask.
That's right. What batch is it?
But-
Any idea, Roy?
No, the bottle code. If you've got better eyesight than me, there will be a
I've
bottle
got the
code. There you
ABV.
go, down there.
We need to
I've
hold
got the
that.
ABV.
It's 46.
Oh.
That the vPub is over. I don't
Yeah,
think
you got
that.
this.
Well, no. They will do better. They're still participating in the rest of the blinds tonight, but I cannot. That can only be done. Do not, for any, anybody that's watched the Whisky Mystery channel for 5 years will know that you had no
Lovely.
clue. You had no clue what I poured.
No.
None. Now, I
We were
was
hiding
sure
outside.
I was going to choose a distinctive whiskey.
Yeah.
That's I wanted to choose something that would be distinctive.
Yeah.
But for you to
Well,
be
you know,
able
it probably
to,
is 250 now, isn't it? Deepa got the price
And-
right as well.
And I'm a bit.
I'm just sorry, I
Well,
sidetracked you there, Roy.
so I think I paid 90 for this.
That's
So 120, I think it is now 130. That
I know that's a
130.
that's a
No,
$300
no.
bottle in the US
Yeah,
now.
yeah, maybe more. Even some
Yeah.
places would be more.
It was 20
But
11/7/22 the label. Someone tell us that there's too much sherry in that one.
Yeah, yeah.
It's probably
There
60
is, and
Lovely.
But
I would
we do 50 over there in America.
more. Yeah.
I would suggest it is sherried heavily. I don't think it's too sherried for me.
No.
It's for me that it's just. I think it's a lovely balanced
Yeah.
sherry, right?
Yeah.
But you picked out a little bit of peat smoke. You got the ABV. You got the just. It was just a masterclass, and only something I think that you can pick up through doing it time and time and time after again, going through the process and refining it and refining it, refining it. Nobody does that. I don't do it. Nobody that I hang out drinking whiskey with does it. We the majority, even the ones who love blind tasting like me, the majority of the time, we're holding the bottle in our hands and appreciating
Yeah.
the aesthetics and pre-programming ourselves what it's going to do to us.
We've kind of done the equivalent of go ahead.
I think maybe it helps.
Maybe it
of
helps.
us be able to
Two of
pass.
yeah, definitely talking between us helps because like one idea, then you're oh really you got that? You come
I
back.
think after he said something, I said, oh yeah, I'm getting beef now.
That's
Yeah.
brilliant. That's
So that
brilliant.
helps.
Brilliant.
We've
Brilliant.
kind of developed the skill, the equivalent of doing car reviews blindfolded, where you only feel around inside, and then 5 years later, like this feels kind of like a Volvo, but a bit of BMW over there. It's like
I want to live in Phil Deepa world. It's just wonderful. I want to go live there. I like a whole sensory thing.
Percentage of sherry,
somebody will probably find it.
the permission.
The
Yeah.
the 11/7/22.
The Ginger Genius is saying, loving this Roy and Phil Deepa have honed their skills over such a short period of time. Major Nut is saying, have to say goodnight, Aquavita, and everyone. Got to go to work tomorrow, yay. Catching the rest tomorrow evening. Major Nut, it's nice. It's always nice to welcome you in when you're here, buddy. And I'm glad that you're here again. Pick it up in the replay, Major Nut. Nice to have you. And Jimmy Legg is saying they've learned more than we can imagine from the way they drink whiskey. Absolutely, Jimmy. We have the option to do the same. Okay, it doesn't have to be exclusively the Phil Deepa way, but I think we could all benefit from doing a wee bit more of that. Greg's Whiskey Guide is saying they went to Campbelltown, so they have Springbank in their DNA now.
Yeah.
I'll share that. I went to Daniel Key. I don't know if Daniel's in tonight, but I was in the SMWS just back from Springbank, just back from Campbelltown, and Daniel Key was in the room next door. He heard my voice,
Yeah.
and he poured something in a glass and asked the staff in SMWS to bring it to me, and I just went, Springbank. Right? Because I'd just come
yeah.
back from Springbank,
Yeah.
and it was everywhere. It was just so obvious, right?
So
But
fresh, you said
but then you-
Springbank, like a proper
Springbank, that's right. Cadenheads and rather
Cadenheads and Springbank.
that's
Yeah.
right.
No,
Springbank.
that means most. That's because of the mushroom, baby.
Ah,
Oh,
mushrooms.
mushroom.
You did-
It's
Yeah,
that
mushroom
bit.
pie.
Wet leaves, the malt,
mushroom
the-
tea pie.
and you said, "Are we getting some funk?" You
Yeah.
did, yeah.
I was
It's
trying
a
to fight through the share.
masterclass. Falsgraf, Klaus, good to see you. On a comparison portal, €299 in Germany.
Wow.
Deepa was even too low.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
So you're two.
Tom's Drams is saying this is brilliant. Well, Tom, it's gonna go downhill from here.
Yeah.
Eric Waitson, good to see you, Eric. How you doing,
Eric.
buddy? I blind taste every day.
I don't think of America.
So
nice
Eric is, and again, Eric's got the same challenge as you guys did.
Yeah.
How do you blind taste for yourself?
Yeah.
It's a lot of pre-programming and setting
Yeah.
things up in advance. I usually get my family to give
Yeah.
and pour for me, but it's tough.
Yeah.
Fair play to you, Eric, and it's great to welcome you in, buddy. Eric's coming to Scotland, I think April or May.
Oh, nice.
Soon, you're coming soon. And Menno is insane. When I hosted the blind, Nick guessed that Ardmore 20-year-old, completely blind, felt like packing it in there and then. Listen, I mean, we have to just. There's one thing picking that up and me saying Ardmore 20, right?
Right.
That's just broken clock. Could be an argument. But what you've just demonstrated from cold is way beyond. My mouth was drying up at some point. So I'm going. I don't even know how to participate. And you're playing it's not even like a different league. You're playing a different sport. You've refined it over time, and you've been very stubborn and belligerent and dedicated to the task, to the point that you're now approaching whiskey, I would suspect, differently from the majority of the people watching and the majority of the people that I enjoy whiskey with. It's been such a doctrine, right? It's been.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of got to the point where going to a bar and ordering something seemed ridiculous. Like, but we'll know what it is. So if we opened a bar, people would just have to go, I'll have one on the second shelf, 10th one in, whatever that is.
And the barman going, a couple of crazies in tonight. You know? Well, I hope the barman,
meaning our bar would just be bottles, but you wouldn't know what they were.
Yeah. I mean, that's how do you?
Yeah.
So what we're doing tonight, we tend to play as at Speyside in the pub. We'll order a blind round of drams and we'll ask questions. Oh, is it from here and things like that.
Yeah.
But you weren't getting guided by me. There was no bumpers guiding you to kind of narrow it down.
Right.
You were just coming anyway.
But what we're interested in, actually, we're not interested in picking the whiskey necessarily. Like, it doesn't matter what the name is. It's nice to get something right? But what we're trying to work out is unobstructed, trying to pick out what do we actually taste in it? What do we experience in those?
Of the name, of the brand name.
Yeah. We just want, like, do we like it? What do we like about it? What do we not like? And often it's like, we don't like it, but this is really good for people who like this style. Or there's like, there's some off note in the middle that is setting us off. Or it's just like, it's like being in the forest with a very tiny, I was going to say flashlight. Sorry, torch.
No, there are no borders.
Like a little laser beam where you're going like,
yeah.
Seems to be a tree. Is that a wall? You know, I'm trying to just pick out the things to build up some kind of picture so that you've made some personal decision about what you think about it. And then you get the label and then you go, oh, that's what that does. That's something I like. That's something and I wonder if that's more profound than you building up your library of memories and flavors. If it's more profound, you doing it in that method rather than us being introduced to it, told what it is, and then trying to remember it. Whereas I think everybody maybe interact with or record something in a different way. So your way is maybe arguably more real for the individual because you've got to find your own way. It's real for flavors, but what it doesn't give you is the Lagavulin on a boat experience that was, the memory of the moment isn't there, but there are memories of like being in the whiskey, like in some whatever whiskey space.
For me more straightforward. If I get on, don't like it.
Yeah.
So it's there with the food.
Yeah.
Like, about more of this. I'm gonna ask it again.
But how much do you think it's mood? The way you're feeling, and maybe tomorrow you'll flip.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
The day before I'm not happy, but the next day about office.
Yeah.
Change completely.
Very fickle. Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know we'd tasted Springbank 9 local Barley many times because we had blind tasted it early, but it was still in the set.
Yeah.
And we weren't neglecting ourselves from tasting that. And it was one of my favorite whiskies. I'm blind. I didn't like it.
He was so upset.
Yeah.
But
and I was like, no, like I thought I've poured the wrong whiskey.
But you have to give yourself a break.
Yeah.
You didn't like it, but you come away and you think all of those experiences when you knew the Springbank local, you loved it. They're still valid. You haven't invalidated.
No, I liked it as soon as I saw the label. And then I really liked it.
Good.
Label creep is a real thing on our ranking on the shelf.
It really is. We are so, and that's the other thing. The backdrop here has some kind of map, a regional map to it.
Yeah.
But your backdrop is favourite.
Yeah.
All the way along,
yeah,
all the way to least favourite, and it's amazing to see it move. And I was invested in that as well because if it's something that I liked, I was like, oh, come on! I wanted it to almost like Roy was right about this one, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
I think we all do it. I think we're all kind of invested in the things that have made us had an emotional response in us. Deepa, are we ready to tackle?
That's right. Are you ready to go for?
I thought you start mine first because I really like this very much. I will give this to us.
Oh, you want to keep that for last?
So I thought you start this first.
So that means okay. That means you're not allowed to tell us anything.
Yes.
Okay.
I've not been nosing. I've been nosing this like crazy.
Oh,
but I've hardly been nosing this.
Roy's been working on this.
No.
You've got to go here.
No, we'll
okay.
Deepas. We'll go with Deepas.
No, I haven't been nosing it either, Roy.
Yeah. Well, listen, I've just witnessed what you did to that Springbank 18. I don't think you need to worry. It's me that's got the sweat on here, right? It's like,
do we have a name? Can you come up with a name for this one?
Right. Okay. Well, that's how we started the last one. Let's do it.
Let's see. Where are we? Sometimes it's good to just be like, I'm not sure where I am. Pick up something
Contrast.
And then set, put a stake in the ground. Wow, that's very peaty coming back now. So if that's mushrooms, this is. Oh, it's there's like a little light germaline kind of thing.
Wintergreen.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with. See, can we help each other? I mean,
that
worked well with you.
Yeah.
I'm getting kind of really quite sweet orange cordial.
Yes, sweet orange. Yes, with a bit of germaline.
Well, orange, strong orange like cordial or orange syrup or orange oil.
Something oil. Something slightly chemical in a nice way about it. Not so much natural. Okay, I'll do a little bit on the hand.
This is for me a fruity whiskey with
it's very clean,
a herbal floral edge. I think I'll do the same rather than smell your hand. Deepa got to smell your hand. But
yeah, I'm not getting any heavy red residue.
Well, so see when you do that thing on your skin. It doesn't do a lot for me, but it'll sometimes because I do suffer from peat blight, as everyone knows. And if you do get a smoky whiskey, you'll get the smoke on your hand.
Yeah,
you'll get a wee whiff, or the empty glass will also kind of give up a bit of smoke.
Port Charlotte, heavily peated. We didn't pick up any peat on that.
Oh no!
Here's to peat blight. Thank you. But once you recognise that you suffer from it, you start to go back and work out how to retrain yourself to pick up peat, and more recently I've been suffering from it a wee bit less, but there's no peat on this at all to my palate. No peat. You get any smoke or peat. This is a very, very typical Speyside profile.
This is like clean. It's not so light. You're not allowed to laugh because that makes us think things.
No. But you don't get it.
I know, but now you're putting us off. Hang on, let me hide deeper.
Can I have the
bubbles?
The bubbles. Give me the bubbles.
Yeah. Can't be over 46. Could be less actually. Hang on.
I'll let you.
Still quite everybody about my faceometer.
Yeah, we don't look at Deepa's faceometer.
So given how sweet it was on the nose, there's a spice, right?
There's still prickly spice power, which again points at oaky spice, maybe sherry. So maybe we're again, mixed. ex-bourbon and sherry.
I have absolutely
Ooh,
convinced
coconut
this
that
is
time.
not an independent bottling of a single cask. It feels
Yeah.
crafted.
Yeah.
It feels engineered, put together, and I say engineered I don't mean that in a negative way. It feels like it's been deliberate. A vatting of sherry and bourbon.
And I'm getting
right?
a bit of coconut coming back now. There's something light green. It's not pine needles though, but there's something like vine or
Herbaceous, right?
ivy something.
Yep. There's something.
Ivy oil. Is that a thing? Can you buy that?
They're not easy.
Yeah, but it's not. So sometimes when I get that green note, it can sometimes go a bit tomato vine or mint. It's not that extreme.
No,
but it's herbal, like a sage or a rosemary or I know that we should be leading each other to it, but it's not dry. It's not like a dry herbal thing.
Not very much sherry in this though. It seems like it either sort of more on the refill side, but this color suggests there's more.
Speyside. Would we agree?
Yeah.
46.
Age.
I think is a good age. I think we're in the teenage years.
Yeah.
I feel. There's nothing
15,
youthful about this.
yeah.
If there is, the spice is coming from something that you might want
Could
to
it be
lean
12?
towards wood spice rather than youth or alcohol. So I'm maybe going to go 18 on this. 15, you think?
There's more spice on that finish.
Maybe
I think it's got to be at least 15.
Okay. I'll go 18.
Yeah.
A European oak, you think, given the spice, maybe?
Something. Maybe they battered it in a
Or
big sherry vat.
maybe a wee bit of, virgin oak can give a big whack of spice too, right? But I don't think.
I sometimes get something sort of metallic-y on virgin oak.
I don't think it's virgin oak. I don't think it's virgin oak.
A bit thin. What though?
It's not. It doesn't have the finish, and that's stuck to your palate, right?
Yeah.
Whereas this one's a little bit more ethereal, right? It's just kind of
Right.
just
Okay.
disappearing.
Let's see. What's the journey? How many steps do we get
to
through?
me, they feel very simple. The first one is complicated.
46%. Something. I mean, I don't know my way around Speyside that well.
Would you
We
know?
had some Craigellachie.
Would you know the
recently.
difference between a 46 and a 48 on the bubbles?
Normally, 48 will push into
Hold.
holding a little bit. So I'm 99% sure that's not
46.
above 46.
Superb. I love this. Okay.
Anything? If you got anything like Craigellachie, that would be 46. Something.
I've got cast strength Craigellachie and bog standard Craigellachie, so no. But I like the way you think. We're in that ballpark.
That's
aren't
kind
we?
of the closest thing I can think of. Maybe there's a little bit of sherry in the vatting. I think mostly ex-bourbon, which makes me think it could be younger. It could be the
Well, the spice and the European oak was taking me towards a Longmorn, but it's 48.
Ooh.
I don't think I've got any 46. Oh, wait, no.
Could it be?
There's a few Longmorns
It could.
there.
It could be a weak 48, but I would expect more out of 48.
Okay, do you prefer the first one or you prefer the second one?
So on a whiskey choice, if I was to take my choice, this is an impossible task.
Yeah.
Because they're so different.
Yes.
Mood.
Yes.
The Springbank is just that big, heavy, very distinctive thing. This is much more crafted and defined.
Yeah. There's nothing weird though. There's nothing like curious or odd. It's just really good quality, but it's
the herbal, the green thing.
Yeah.
Tea leaves.
Yeah. It's very honest whiskey. Sometimes we say, is it honest or not? This is not trying to trick you with 5 maturations to get
There's
you to no overcoats.
Don't you want to ask them about that?
And
Can you see it behind us?
It's not. There's no extremities of the bandwidth here. It's somewhere in the middle.
It is possible it could be a
Are you tasting the green thing?
Yeah.
I knows it, but I don't.
Oh, I see. Is it only on the very, very end after you think the flavors have gone? Oh, you know what it is? It's just the vapor coming back. So it's still nosing.
There is a tea caddy element to it, I think. All right, okay. I'm gonna suggest we're going to stick with Speyside.
Yeah.
Okay, but do you like it? Don't like it enough.
I like
Yeah.
it. This is a
You
good
like
whiskey.
Honest
You
honest space
You
cider.
like it?
It's
Yeah.
a good
You
quality
I
whiskey.
got it so far.
Oh, correct so far.
Speyside, 46%.
Yes.
18
Age.
years old.
No.
Younger.
Yes.
I thought 15,
Younger.
12.
No.
Oh.
Younger. Oh, higher.
I think. Do you want to keep guessing? I've got no more options.
21. 20.
You mean it's in between?
Yes.
In between 12 and 15?
Yes.
14. 14.
No.
13.
Oh, it's Craigellachie.
Craigellachie 13.
No. Yes.
Craigellachie 13.
Yes.
So you
Yes.
were supposed to walk up.
No,
Take
that
the
one. Not
bottle.
that one. That one.
Oh, there's another Craigellachie 13 over there.
Oh, is that bad? So.
Hang on.
Deepa found a bottle of whiskey that I have long forgotten.
Because he told me do not touch if he almost finished.
Ah.
So I think not touch.
And then
I'd have been fine with you finishing that one, but
So
that's incredible.
I was
That-
surprised. But he did clean. I laughed because
Yeah, that's why you were laughing.
Yeah,
I mean,
but it's not that dirty.
compared to this, it's clean.
But I'm
But
very impressed with you. You're very, very space side.
Mm,
Thank you. I've got good teachers.
yeah. I'm searching for Craigellachie, which is to me is normally that bit of autumn leaf thing. But
Or
compared to
a
like we
wait.
were so heavy with autumn leaf type stuff with the Springbank, it's hard to put it there.
Oh, it's about that no firework.
No
I
fireworks. I'll tell you right. No fireworks. we get the
Oh
bomb.
yeah, but there's no fireworks here. So
Yeah.
we could have done something. A hidden Craigellachie, always a good surprise. That's right. And we're looking over. I'm looking over, going, oh, and she's gone over there. Craigellachie know how to make great
Yeah.
whiskey. What a great pick by
Great pick.
Deepa. We were talking about the 23-year-old.
Yeah.
You're
Oh,
talking-
but I've 23.
So we've got the 19 in our bag. Where's that?
Okay, someone has to do it. Heels, please.
Yeah.
Somebody wants the bottle killed.
I think that makes sense though. Honest space
A
cider.
draft.
Nothing wrong with that.
No bad.
Yeah.
No bad. We'll take it. We'll
Yeah.
take it. So I'm still on. It's
Yeah.
me. It's you and I now. We've got to work
yeah.
out. Will we take a break?
Yeah.
Let's go and get it back on.
Let's see if anyone's.
This is great fun. This is
I've
just
I've
great
said
fun.
that the Craigellachie 19, which we'll have to double check after. I said it's more like an older 13 than it is a 17 or a 23, which are more sherry. And we said that the Craigellachie 19 it's more almost it's not local barley light, but it's more barley driven rather than sherry
rather
driven.
than cask driven.
And having tasted this now, I think that is valid, isn't it? That the 19 is like an older version of the 13 and less of the 17.
Well, can I say that specifically with Craigellachie 23,
yeah,
I've had 2 bottles.
yeah,
And they did not resemble each other,
right.
but they were both excellent
Yeah.
bottles.
We've been trying to find a dram of the new one, but Pot
Yeah.
still didn't have it. Balnacore didn't have it. So.
Craigellachie 23 was one of those whiskies that came out expensive.
Yeah.
And I picked up both my bottles at auction for less than
Right.
retail.
Yeah.
Just the way it worked out.
Yeah.
Maybe
Maybe we'll find a break for that.
Okay.
Deepa's ready for Let's Compare, which is one of the ways our show always extended way, way, way past the 12 minutes.
To compare.
Yeah. Would you like to compare? Yes.
Right. I've got something based, and it does weave into everything that
Yeah.
we've just been sharing and discussing. Right. Chill filtration.
Yeah.
detectable or not. So this is
Yes.
based not on me telling you. This is based on you doing what Phil and Deepa have done, coming into this, buying all whiskies from 40% right through to 60% plus ABV, all sorts of filtration conditions. 46% and above does not automatically mean it's not been filtered.
Right.
But you have either a gut feel or you can read the label, no chill filtration.
Yeah.
If you have, this one is filtered, this one is not filtered, can you tell it? No, you can't tell the difference.
Right.
But if you have 100 whiskies, 200, 300 whiskies in 5 years, you start to get a feel.
Yeah. I think
Do
so.
you think
I mean,
we should care?
I triple Dalmore's birth.
Dalmore 12.
I knew that it not.
Yeah, that it was filtered. Yeah.
Yes.
You
I mean,
could taste it.
we would certainly be like, this is too thin, isn't it? Or this is boring. Or too. Actually, we were on one of the whiskey shops in Edinburgh today, and we were looking for minis because we're giving a gift to someone who's trying to put the pack together.
Okay.
And Deepa just pointed and went, "That's the worst one." And I looked down, and it was just a row of Dalmore minis of all the different years. That's only poor Dalmore. It's only the 12 that we have experienced, but it was just funny Deepa's reaction. But I think relatively early on, though, we were quite quickly guided towards, we know we don't want to buy those whiskies. So we weren't really trying to represent what would be fair, what other people might experience.
Following your own.
We were just like, what do we want? So quite quickly, we wouldn't buy, well, in the US, it's at least 43% typically. Old Pulteney was always 43 in the US. Until the square box came out, and then it became the 40% version.
Ah, okay.
But that Old Pulteney in the original video scored very highly.
But that was a 43 in the original.
A 43.
Video. And also the old branding.
The old branding in the sort of
the thing that
oval bottle
launched Old Pulteney into the stratosphere of enjoyable 40% malt whiskies. But if you taste Old Pulteney 12 today,
we did a comparison of a newer one with the old one. It was nothing like it. And then we found a couple of Dusties in a little liquor store in San Francisco, and they were $50. It's like, ooh, expensive for an Old Pulteney. They used to be $35.
$50, yeah.
And I bought 2 of them. The guy in the shop who was hosting the shop, looking after it, a young guy who was getting into whiskey, and we started talking. And so I was going to take all 3 of these, but if you're getting into whiskey, if you promise me you're going to buy that one and take it home, you take it. Because we had tried it again, and it was such a fantastic whiskey at 43%, the old Pulteney 12.
Yeah.
And who knows how old the whiskey might have been in the vatting, but that's such a lovely, delicate and complex whiskey.
Very different. I would never buy 40.
Yeah.
And it's one of the amazing things is that because of the value of malt, it's difficult for them to put older stock into the mix now.
Of course.
And it's the same. It's the blends suffer from the exact same dynamics. The value of malt means that where they would load it and say, oh, we need to make this a wee bit better, and there would be some older stock in there. These days, not so much.
Yeah,
and we can taste it.
We can taste it. That's why you have to move up the age to get the 12-year experience, don't you?
Yeah.
I think.
But it's not just, to be fair to Old Pulteney, that this is widespread. This is most official bottlings are suffering from the same, and it's just that's why we do work together as a community and say, so if somebody's going, this Old Pulteney is amazing.
Yeah.
Which one is it? An older one? I think. Well, what kind of geek are you? And it really makes a big difference, right?
It does. We did side by side them at some point because the old one was in blind tasting. We happened to have a new one, thanks to your sister Pooja, and we side by side. We said, "Oh, okay,
totally different." Yeah.
If you find that one,
I was on a blind vPub with Whiskey Geek Ben, and he'd sent a sample up of a very new Old Pulteney, and asked me to.
Hold on, this is the perfect moment. I've got Whiskey Geek Ben's T-shirt on underneath here.
Oh, fantastic! Another channel that we need more.
Yeah,
we need more.
We've not seen Ben around for a while. Hope everything's good.
I keep in touch with Ben.
Yeah,
and it's nice. He's still into whiskey, still happy, but he's young family,
he's busy.
Work, job pressures, and things like that. Yeah. I'd still like to see him back. Anyway, what will we do? So what's the chill filtration You think that if you could
Yeah.
choose,
We honestly don't know. We've never had the chance to really analyze that. I think we moved to whiskies that were unlikely to be
Automatically,
filtered
yeah.
quite early. And whenever we've been maybe just at a bar or something, and we've just had a whiskey, or at an airport or something, so it's been a bit like, is that what we wanted out of
Dull.
whiskey?
dull.
Yeah.
I often wonder how much of the filtration is affecting that.
Yeah. It would
You
be interesting to just take something cask strength, put it through the filtration, look at the bubbles, see
See how they shake.
because there's
up
got
on
to
the
be
other side.
viscosity in how the bubbles
Oh,
hold,
absolutely.
right?
Tension and
Yeah.
all of it.
I mean, you shake that. Anyone with a good, single cask, preferably a local barley from Springbank, you shake those. That's like a head of Guinness for it sits there.
Yeah.
And
I
it
think
holds
it
them.
needs to filtration bottle here.
You can do the honours and
Quality bubbles here,
Wow.
and they'll just sit.
Damn.
One of the
it's still there.
one of the
That's
bottles
incredible.
that just holds. We have an independent bottle, Jewels of Scotland, I think it is, a 21-year Springbank, and you go, you can have a conversation and look back, and they're still sitting.
Reach this.
While you're there, grab that Daft Mill, the 46% Daft Mill, Roy, because I was shaking that earlier. And this is a contrast in terms of 46%. They normally just disappear, but the Daft Mill, you can see it holds. It still goes, but look, it's still hanging in there.
And there's more coming to join.
Yeah. And I would say purely on bubbles, we're in the 48 to 50
Despite
territory.
it being
And
a 46.
it's very unusual to see a 46% hold up. And you know that this is as clean a 46%.
Right now,
Yeah.
we're going to be losing a lot of people because all the ones that we're seeing. This is fabulous. This is all the unobtainiums, right?
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's like,
We're not 100% sure
I think it needs to filtration.
because below 46%, it more or less goes anyway. Okay, right. Back. Are people still here?
people are still here.
Oh, sorry.
See, I told you that this is like a night off.
Yeah.
This is when you're hanging out with each other. It's the fun. Thank you so much for your patience.
I'm forgetting everyone out there.
Wild Turkey Rare Breed says Klitz to saying it is cask strength and chill filtered. You might try and shake that if it's on hand. Wild Turkey Rare Breed is chill. Whoops. Kick Phil as I spin around.
Isn't it great that you can just reach and get one that's on
Right.
hand? Oh, fat bubbles. So I haven't seen the strength.
Okay.
Based on that, I'm saying 59.2.
Give it another shake. Have another guess. Wow.
Yeah, 59.2.
Okay, what is it?
58.4.
Not bad. Okay.
So maybe,
Right.
as Klitz just pointed out, maybe the chill filtration doesn't have that much.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is saying it's filtered. Alan
Right,
Smith
well,
is
that's
saying,
interesting. Yeah, that's interesting.
you have a youngest viewer. My 3-year-old is watching as cannot sleep. Listen, this is the best type of content. Normally, it's the best type of content to cure insomnia. But tonight, I'm here with Phil and Deepa. So we're only going to keep your 3-year-old up a wee bit longer. Alan.
It's actually perfect for 3-year-olds. Right? It's just people shaking bottles of whiskey.
Oh, he's shaking
Bubbles.
He's shaking
We're
whiskey.
just talking about bubbles. Yeah.
Greg is saying, we enjoy your live, guys. Keep it up. Cheers,
thank you
Greg.
very
Cheers to Greg over in Paris. Right, shall we hit, before I hit anymore, shall we hit the last of this?
Sure.
Please? Because I think that Phil has chosen a whiskey that's close to my heart, a profile or a style of whiskey that's close to my heart.
Let's see what they do.
Complex.
Complex. Deepa's, you can see Deepa's immediately excited at the body language of Deepa.
But Emily,
A bit
but very subtle.
Subtle,
Yeah.
absolutely subtle. It smells like fresh outdoor laundry
Ah,
on a washing line, right?
do
Like
we have a
linen.
name? fresh pants.
No, it's crisper and more floral. It's got some nice floral notes from the linen.
It's a bit intense.
Eccentric, fresh
Linen on a line.
linen.
Yeah, but it's there's flowers. There's floral or something.
Eccentric linen.
There's white flowers.
Oh,
White flowers.
It's the mountains.
Yeah.
Mountains, yeah. Sound of music.
But there's creamy.
Creamy, yes.
Yeah.
It's very good. You are very good.
Very good. Have you ever thought of doing a whiskey mystery channel? Have you? No one's tasted yet.
No. But this is the type of whiskey that I love these really. We've picked 3 quite contrasty whiskies, different whiskies.
Yes.
But this is the type of whiskey.
It's very different. Very different.
The nose on this is superb. Creamy.
It's not. It's baggy.
It's not Springbanky deep percent.
Oh no, the opposite.
The
The
opposite.
opposite.
It's not beady.
Not
No.
peaty.
No smoke.
What do you think of that? Actually, no.
Oh,
I'll hold off from deeper seeing that.
So you want me to do it first? Or...
No. I want to get more
But
notes.
Okay.
It's very strong. It's strong.
Strong. Oh, you mean alcohol strong?
Yes.
Okay.
For me, iron.
I think that it's high ABV, but it's not strong.
Yes.
So it's like soft white pepper.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a good
can
note.
You can detect that there's heft
Soft
here.
white
but
It's
pepper,
not
yeah.
that spicy.
Not
No,
that spicy.
It's more creamy.
Creamy,
It's
Yeah.
spicy.
creamy pepper.
It's about heavy, thick.
Cheers. Let's go. Let's
Oh, yeah,
dive
cheers.
in.
I'm going to join
Cheers.
them too.
It's better more. It's better to have come down a bit.
Sharing list
The
has
nose
been
was
opened.
so
Oh, but it's
This-
still good.
very different.
And on the finish, there's a dry acidity. There's a lovely crisp
Thick,
acid.
oily.
Oily?
The texture, the mouthfeel, the arrival, oily. This coating, definitely oily. Can we say waxy?
I'm getting a little bit of
Oh,
that.
okay, very thick, oily. That's it. It's slightly crispy, a bit harsh.
Slightly crispy, a bit harsh.
Very, very different, very different. It's better to like it more.
You were expecting to like it
Like
more. So
from the nose.
does that mean it was the flavor was different, or the complexity was different, or what were you expecting?
Both complexity and the flavor.
So what were you expecting? Tell us that.
Older.
Okay, so do you think it's younger on the
Yeah,
palate
yes.
than on the nose? So what are you thinking of bubbles?
50, about 50, but 55, maybe 54.
55. 54, 55 on
55.
the nose. Absolutely 55. I think the finish on this is nuts long for the style of whiskey.
Right.
You would expect this to just be vaporized, but the finish is fruit.
Yeah.
Green apple, apricot, white fruit, stone fruit, that kind of thing. And it's all coming, 20 seconds after my last sip.
Yeah.
Long.
And you
finish.
can get
It's very, very unusual.
very unusual
Foreign.
floral. Yeah.
It's a white flower.
Wildflowers.
What is
Yeah.
it?
White flowers.
Well,
Wildflowers.
Citrus now.
Yeah,
the more after
citrus.
the more I'm fascinated.
I'm just unsure. Is it on the sharing list or off the sharing list?
It was when she nosed it off the sharing list, you said.
Yeah. And then it went back on. I feel it's been removed from the sharing list.
I mean,
again.
I the more.
If it's off the sharing list, it's because she wants it off.
Yeah,
herself.
all for herself. That's right.
So
I'm going to try that again. The first one.
No, I think that will push.
Okay.
Well, you can, but really establish that flavour first.
Very creamy.
Yeah.
Rico Denert is celebrating being a member for 39 months. Rico, my friend,
Fantastic.
how are you? It's nice to see you, my friend. He's saying, have a nice stream. Danke schön, Rico. Good to see you, buddy. Jimmy Leg is saying, this is why everyone loved Whisky Mysteries, but it's a wee dram as well. Jimmy, thank you very much for your dram.
Jimmy.
Why are you speaking in past tense? Are we giving up the hope that somebody says they're gone?
Cheers, Jimmy.
Tom Bollinger is celebrating being a member for a month, and he's saying we're heading to Lochranza this April too. Good for you. You're going to love it there. If you're going to Lochranza, make the trip south to Lag. Do not miss the opportunity to go to Lag. It's a longer distance than you might imagine, being on the southwest of the island rather than the north, but it's absolutely worth it. One of the most intriguing whiskies for our future is Lag.
We went to Lag by mistake.
By mistake?
I am very spoiled by, I think it's 23.
Spoiled by Craigellachie 23. Only in your memory.
So good.
Well, I think
I'm missing, I think it's 23.
Okay.
I think
It's okay to be missing Craigellachie 23.
And a grain of malt. Good to see you, buddy. That's James in Sweden saying, hooray for catching alive and seeing Phil and Deepa. Hooray to that as well. Hooray. Hooray to you.
Yes, Daphne. I thought it could be Daphne.
Oh, a few people are shouting out Daft Mill. I see Henry.
Yeah,
and
Daphne.
who else?
It could be Craigellachie.
Right. I'm ready to be embarrassed. I really am. But Daft Mill is something that I would normally... There's a fermentation note to Daft Mill, a bready doughy thing, but also a lactic side to it too that you can pick out. Where is that Daft Mill?
I agree with you.
Well, are you saying you're
right? Smell the. If you think lactic, I'll let you take the cork off and nose. It's not lactic like a milky dairy.
Dairy product.
Yeah. And it's not.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Okay. Next bottle.
We'll keep it on hand, don't worry.
Next bottle. Let's eliminate the next bottle.
Let's do it again. I think let's do it the same way, right? ABV 55, right?
Yeah.
We're locked in.
Yeah.
55. Highland.
Speyside.
You think Speyside?
But more stuff. More
the Highland style of Speyside.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
We've got a floral thing.
Yes.
We've got a outdoor, the freshness, the we've not got the sherry sweetness of Speyside. We're kind of moving a wee bit more.
But the finish age.
The age, I think it's younger.
Yes.
So young.
12 or 18.
12.
Yeah.
12.
Is it a Speyside?
12.
No. 12. Right, okay. We're going for 12, 55% Highland.
Just about guinea pig.
So southern.
How much are you paying?
Upon buy it for myself.
Oh, you wouldn't buy it. So it is on the sharing list again.
Yes. In a nice way.
I think
in a nice way.
I think this is a good whiskey, a very good whiskey.
Honest or dishonest?
It's only not fun. It's more eccentric.
Eccentric.
Do we think it could be an independent?
I don't know. I'm not very good at that.
I think it's independent.
I think it's independent. Yeah.
Or if it's not independent, it's from a more kind of maverick.
Right.
And it's where would it be for the age that we're honing in on the Highlands? Independent.
I think independent because it's eccentric.
Eccentric, yeah.
So therefore, independent.
So everything that you're saying is absolutely appropriate to this whiskey, except it's an Isla. It's an Isla.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Wow.
But all the notes are perfect. You've said
enough peat.
You've said eccentric. You've said it's not peated. You've said it's young. It's floral.
But you don't have Isla. There are only 5 options.
Well, there's 10 options there.
I think. Are you getting any peat?
No, Deepa said no
I'm
peat.
not getting. I'm not getting.
So there are two options.
So if it's unpeated,
There's only one option. There's only one this could be.
I'm not picking up any beat.
no peat. Okay.
Are you?
Is this 50% ABV? Did
Are
you
you
check?
getting beat?
Could this be 50%?
50.
It can be 52.
I can tell you, it can be 50%.
With all the information you've given us,
Okay, 50.
It can be 50%.
can it also be 18 years old?
No.
Wow.
But you're getting there.
Right, this is amazing. No, we said
No.
we said the age. We said the age already. So I need to-
It's spur.
No, you said young. When you,
But now I'm second guessing. Now I want to think about what I've got on the shelf.
I said everything
Rather
you were
than-
saying about it. Like
Let me finish.
young is correct. Floral, herbal, eccentric, unpeated.
I'm trying to think what I've got 50%. Bruichladdich that fits this.
It's about that 50 is 50 ABV. But
So it's Bruichladdich, but which Bruichladdich? Oh!
the get of the age.
Oh.
It's a spur of 15 or 18 spur.
No.
No.
Roy said young, and I'm giving you that it is young.
It's a spur.
He's
I'm just saying young.
He's helping.
Okay, maybe then. Okay, I get then. But
Right, it's Bruichladdich.
No peat. It is laddie, Bruichladdich, yeah.
So we have the classic laddie. We have the organic. It's classic laddie. If that's classic laddie, that's gorgeous. It's classic laddie. Theatrical. Don't knock over the daft mill.
Wow.
Beer barley.
What?
Oh,
my God.
I think everything you said was perfect.
we said independent. Independent.
Because this
This
is
is more to
the equivalent of an independent Bruichladdich.
Of
It's
their-
eccentric.
Because the beer barley.
The Bere barley, it's 50%. I'm not sure of the age, but it's going to be 6, 8 or something. With
It's not single cask or small batch. It's a decent outturn.
yeah,
But it's a very, very specific take
Yeah.
on their product.
It's very interesting.
I'm trying. So this is a 2008. They done Losset. Wow. That's
what a fantastic
say?
whiskey.
Can I say that is the most? And this is the thing about blind. That is the most I have ever enjoyed a glass of that whiskey.
Yeah,
And I've always loved it,
yeah.
but not nearly as much as I've loved it tonight. It's like rediscovering
Cheers, it
something
is.
on your shelf.
That's it exactly.
Sneaky bugger, going right to the back of the shelf.
I'm impressed with you.
I think we should pour another 3 and just keep doing
Because we talk about Bere barley quite a lot in terms of this one's going a bit Bere barley like, isn't it? So I haven't actually tried it for a while. We don't have a Bere barley anymore.
Right, I've worked out that I feel like we've been sitting here for half an hour, but we're here.
What's that now?
Is it only me?
The question
only
is, when did the audience peak and how many are left, Roy?
I know. Well, it matters not. That if I start
That's
to
right,
look
because
at
it's
those
all about
numbers,
us and we're having fun.
if I start to look at those numbers, then I start to redesign the vPub to do different things that
That's
we're
true.
doing, right? So we do it for, you follow what you love, you follow what interests you, you follow, it's all about us, what we want to do. But don't we always find that what we want to do is often around whiskey, similar to what a lot of folks watch?
Let's put the bottles out. So there was that one.
Incredible scenes.
There was
Incredible scenes.
Springbank.
I have to say, if there was a winner tonight, it's the way that
Where's the Bere
you two deduced the Springbank.
That was a great start.
No, push back, boy.
With the Bere barley.
Push back, boy. You back again.
there it is.
Yes.
Push back, boy. You back again.
This was our whiskey of the year for 1 year. Oh, it's the litre bottle. You've got to just realise that's a big bottle.
Well, this is at auction only now.
Oh.
The duty-free litre bottles are long gone.
I saw it in San Francisco on the way out. The
a
1
litre
litre was
bottle?
still there.
Oh, good.
But maybe it's old stock. I still say
This-
that Craigellachie 13 is one of the best bottles at the price range.
This is all.
But if I put that, this is plastic of a either.
Yeah,
This is an auction buy, I think.
right.
Yeah. Well, right. So we have, I think, a very, very decent job done with the Craigellachie. Thanks to you, Deepa. I think thanks to you, Phil, we managed to get there with the Bruichladdich
All
as
the
well.
notes were perfectly focused on that.
That outdoor linen thing.
It's all perfectly valid, isn't it?
But we would normally get a lactic, not the same as Daft Mill, but
It's not.
Bruichladdich.
It's not there
the
in
same
this
as-
one. It's clean, isn't it?
Yeah, it's super clean. Amazing. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go into the quiz at the end. As I promised you,
Now I'm scared.
Lord Asshat himself, our best pal from Belgium, Menno, has put together a quiz
Oh,
for us
then we get
tonight.
more PD when we got back.
More
On the
peaty when you
Springbank.
go back. Yeah.
Really peaty.
No,
Like, yeah.
Mm. Oh yeah.
we get very PD.
That is real heavy burnt mushrooms to me now. And the tea as well, stewed tea, mushrooms and earthiness compared to that light touch of the Bere bar.
Beautiful.
The tea. I was looking for the tea on this tonight.
Right.
Nah, I prefer it to ease.
It is the cheapest one. And we all know that Deepa's ranking is always tight. Deepa went to the supermarket. She came back with some honey that had the price label on the bottom. Honey was this big. I was like, do you know how much this cost? She went, no. I didn't know honey could cost that much. How much is that much honey, Roy?
I'm obviously we're at
you say-
$20
No,
honey.
$55.
and it's so good. It's so good.
I did actually shut up when I tasted it because it was the most amazing honey I'd ever tasted. But I think everyone who's seen Deepa knows that what she likes.
I think we've just discovered the next chapter for Whisky Mystery is going to morph into Honey Mystery.
Okay, I will tell you something.
Oh, hang on.
But I was in the room alone by myself.
Oh, oh, that's right. Deepa was left alone in the room for a moment.
I was supposed to pour something,
And
Yeah.
here-
and I saw Brora.
she saw Brora.
I told myself, no, it's your room.
Right.
Did you taste it though? For
No,
yourself?
no.
Oh my goodness.
We famously found a bottle of Brora at a Total Wine in Folsom near Sacramento, and we messaged out to Patreons and people who wants to share this bottle. And we did go out, we bought it, and when I was taking it to the car,
Oh my God, no, don't.
I put it in the car, said, it's more expensive than the car. Because we're driving around in this trashed 2010 Volkswagen Jetta. And the bottle of Brora was like, isn't it amazing that this car can drive this bottle of Brora home?
I may not like it. I may prefer 38.
If you don't like
We'll
it,
have to
me
be
and Roy,
careful.
me
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Roy
we'll take care of it. Don't
can
worry.
finish this.
And I'm being very precious with
Oh.
this now because there's a huge chunk of this that's left.
I put it the ABV.
That's Scotty Monroe's. It
I
belongs
put
to
it the
Scotty.
ABV. 49.
49.9. This is a 35-year-old, bottled in 2013. And
I know it's sad, but let's just move these out of the way for a moment. Scotty, hope we're not drinking the Brora.
well, this is courtesy of
You better
Scott
give
Monroe.
me another.
Scott, we will return this favor.
No, it's my Brora.
honor.
But we both bought the same bottle at the same time.
Ah,
He opened his first.
yeah.
And he gave me a generous sample bottle out of it.
Ah.
And I said, Scotty, I've got this. And he said, I know.
Yeah.
Just amazing, right? So I was able to enjoy that Brora. So there's still a portion. What are you doing? It's flattening it out a bit. There's still a chunk of that left that I have to make sure that. Well, I just need to drink it down to a level where I can just go, here, Scott.
Yeah,
and give them.
And you're not there yet. That's what you're telling me.
And there'll never be a Brora and a recycled review.
I feel bad about everything.
Well done, Deepa. That was a good plan to bring that story up. I'd like to say.
Yeah. Well, I was going to uncork a nice bottle tonight, and I'd had a bottle picked out. Thank you. Cheers, Deepa. Cheers. Cheers, Phil.
You better come to us. I will give you 38.
The older one. Cheers to you all. Thanks to everyone for hanging out with us tonight. I feel sorry for.
But we're better than
now you're talking about a nose.
It's not very obvious. It's not very obvious compared to.
We've come inside the barn now. We've come inside.
But very quality complex.
I'm going to recreate the moment I tasted Brora in our blind lineup, because I can't remember who pointed it out, because I was worried that they were close. And someone in the comments said, no, you go back to minute whatever and look at your reaction. Because Deepa was talking and it went something like this. Oh, fucking hell. And it literally...
But what's nice about that is that there's a lot of subjectivity. There's a lot of mood and moment and cost and there's lots of different things. But what you do discover in whiskey, and the more you sip it together as a community with friends and everything, you start to define consensus. We start to agree that these things, this is not 10 times better than this Springbank local barley. No. But it is somehow so different, so unfortunately unique that
to me it's like
I'm not tasting it, and wow,
you won't like it. Let me have it.
I'm not tasting it. No, it's so full of complexity.
It's so full of complexity, but very quiet.
It's effervescent. There's a fizz sip. And there's a fizz.
To me, it's the experience to me is something like you have your favorite walk over the hills in all different types of weather and you love it. And this is like all the other whiskies we've been tasting. And this one is the dream where you just fly over. And it's the experience that you normally have, but it's just elevated to this kind of ethereal mist where you can't really explain why it's better. It's bigger than you are in terms of the explanation
capability in order to articulate it.
Yeah, but it's the dream. You wake up, you know how you felt, but you can't really describe the details of that dream. But it's an emotional feeling more than a factual feeling.
And you are aware.
Okay,
you are aware. This is not 50 times better than, but it is somehow more defined, more detailed. Tell me, there's some fizz, like fizz. Do you taste fizz? The fizziness, especially on the close to the finish.
What year was the distillate?
So it's a 35.
13. We've got to do some calculation now.
It's a 70.
Right at the end of the 70s, right?
Oh, it's 35.
22.
So 78.
And
77.
And the one we have is the 77. And it's very, very similar. I can't go back.
I think the reason that Scotty and I, or the reason that I chased this one down, is because it was the one that Serge called flabbergasting.
Yeah.
And it was also available at the time. You could pick it up on an auction, cheaper than I paid retail, but some auctions were higher than I paid retail.
Yeah.
So it just depended on which auction you were. So I was playing in the auctions and I went, I'm just not doing it anymore. You know the story about this one?
No.
So I got, my wife said to me, I'll get you some Brora for your 50th birthday. Then she saw how much the Brora was.
Yeah.
I'll give you some money towards your Brora. So her brother, my brother-in-law, and my parents-in-law, my mother-in-law and father-in-law, all gave me money towards the Brora.
I see.
Okay, so suddenly there was enough money for
The
me
reality.
to commit to
Yeah.
the Brora. And I went on and I went, I'm gonna buy the No, too
Yeah.
expensive. I'm not
Yeah.
buying the Brora. Scott Monroe said, just doing it, boys. You only live once, buy
Yeah.
it. And I'm rattling. Then I got a card from my son on my 50th birthday.
Yeah.
Inside it said, Dad, I will make it my life's mission to buy you a bottle of Brora.
Wow.
Oh,
That day,
Yeah.
purchased. Job done.
Yeah.
And in the box, I don't keep boxes. I throw away all
Yeah.
my boxes, right? But I kept that box, and inside the box is that message from
Yeah.
James.
Wow,
So
that's great.
and I must.
And listen, to be able to sit here and share it with you is something totally terrific.
What an experience.
Anyway, Peter Lee has bought us a dram, and he's saying, was a busy night at Kwang Tong tonight, so late in. Please pass my regards on to Phil and Deepa. I'm so envious that you've poured the guests your precious Brora. Phil and Deepa will need to visit Kwang Tung. He's got a Chinese restaurant,
Oh,
fantastic food out in Paisley. I hope you drop by and see
Oh, yeah.
Peter and Denise
Of
Lee.
course.
They are,
Missed you last
they are beautiful whiskey folk. Gigi as well.
Okay.
Gigi's in tonight as well.
Gigi.
Again, another part of it. Some
Yeah.
of it. One of our Graham and Gigi. You know, Graham.
Yeah.
It's Graham, isn't it? Graham.
Yes,
It's Graham.
that sounds right.
I've talked myself out of it, Gigi, but it's nice to have you in. And she's saying, great to see Phil and Deepa at their best with Roy. I am not ready for the vPub to end tonight.
Can we still talk Brora for a minute?
Let's talk. Let's talk. Menno, you must wait a wee minute longer,
sorry,
my
Menno.
friend.
Misery's finished.
Yeah.
Very quiet.
That first bottle that we shared out, obviously before we tasted it, when we finally realized, and I brought the bottle out and there was this much left,
Oh, heartbreaking.
Deepa was just like, why did you do that?
I was so upset.
And I was like, we've got to find another. Recently, we're like, it's the same thing. Let's just get one. The same one, the 38. We found it on an auction over here, whatever one it was. And we were looking at the price. And don't look at the price. I've got to say the price because it fits the story. It was like £2,000.
Yeah.
2,200. And we're doing the dollar conversion. Like, and I was like, let's just search just before. And I put it in, and a result shows up. Brora, 38, $2,000
Retail.
I'm like, that can't be right. Click. One left, it says. It's up to date. I go add to basket. It adds one to the basket. It's an auction site in LA that sells wine. And this Brora 38, the label is all wrinkled.
You're
Ugly.
drinking it. You're
Ugly Brora
yeah.
label.
Yeah.
And we're looking at each other like,
Yeah.
quickly before someone finds it. I put the credit card in and I'm like,
Oh, you need it.
confirmed?
I did not believe.
And delivery. It's like, that all seemed to actually go through.
No
And-
fakery, legitimate bottle.
Everything seems good.
After how
And
many days?
Well, we're waiting for it to be delivered, and we're out for a run or
Sorry.
something. We come back, it's sitting on the doorstep when we get back. You're supposed to sign for alcohol,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's just a box,
Post-pandemic.
a Brora-shaped box to me.
Yeah.
We were very lucky to be in a very safe area.
Yeah. And so,
Nervously opening the bottle.
yeah. And so we got another of the 38.
Have you tasted it yet?
Have we tasted it? Yeah, we tasted it. We opened it on one of the lives. I think, didn't we open it on one of the lives? Yeah. And it's all there. So,
Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
I have to say, the finish is just very, very quiet. But
yeah.
so many things happening.
The description of this was, and this is the same, it's an empty pineapple tin that's been put on the fire
I remember this.
on a gravel stone beach.
The mineralic side.
Yeah. But you're standing 10 feet away. So there's this tiny wisp of the pineapple tin.
I want to also mention that this beer barley that we tried smells cold.
Cold.
After all three, I think it's the best.
Oh, good. It's still the best.
If I don't know, it's the best.
Yeah.
So this cold outdoor thing from the green,
Especially the nose.
and then this smells warm.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean about coming in? There's a firmy quality to it, but you've come inside. You're in the barn.
You're in the barn. Yeah.
Rather than this is outdoor. And there's suddenly a menthol minty
Very beat.
on this one.
It is. It's got that little sort of menthol twist, hasn't it?
But this is just...
I fed it out.
I did say that
I fed it out.
I did think that the Kilkerran 12 was the closest flavour profile that was pointing Brora like when we blind tasted it. As a younger, this was the tall bottle Kilkerran 12.
Yes, there is
one of the earlier ones. When we tasted it, I was like, it's like a young, less sophisticated version of the Brora, but I think it has the same qualities.
Well on its way. On its way.
Menno.
What we do? We need to say. Danny Heavington saying this vPub had me grinning like a Cheshire cat. Phil and Deepa have been so much fun. Guests in the house make it so personal. Love it. They are. I opened tonight. I told my family tonight. They're not just two of the best whiskey people I've ever got to hang out with. They're two of the best people I've ever got to hang out with. I don't even know what I'll raise the Brora for that.
I haven't put it down yet.
Something. Thank you so much, Fernando. Thank you, Danny. Thank you so much. Fernando is saying, what great stories you share with us tonight. Thank you. And that Brora was distilled before I was born. Cheers, people. Fernando. Yes. That's one of life's privileges. I hope that you get to drink many whiskies that are older than you, my friend. Cheers.
Talk about Brora. You have 4 hours. Greg's whiskey guide. Oh, thank you, Greg.
Right, let's get our pal from. I've got some other statements and things.
Yes,
we've used them all up.
Good.
Right, you know, we don't need that.
Yeah,
we just need to
sit here and be happy.
Recognise that we've got a pal in Belgium who's staying up a wee bit later than we are because he's an hour ahead, and welcome him in and find out how he's doing. How is our pal?
The finish, it's the best.
The finish is the best.
Menno, my friend, good to see you. I can't zoom in tonight like this because that's allowed, so we need to keep you full screen. Welcome, buddy. How are you doing?
Oh, fantastic. I'm just enjoying myself and sipping away on a 70-year-old Macallan, obviously, because you're drinking a 30-year-old Brora.
A 70-year-old Macallan, you say? 70? So that, what is that, a Glen Scotia? What was it?
Glen Scotia. Courtesy of our mutual friend, Aaron McFault.
Lovely Aaron McFault. Yes. Fantastic. What a lovely man. What a lovely gesture name as well. Yeah. Aaron McFault, I know. But the thing is it's not his real name. But when we're all hanging out in real life festivals and things like that, nobody, when somebody refers to him by his real name, I'm like, who's that? He's Aaron.
It was a work meeting. Sorry, we're going off on another story again.
That's okay, isn't it?
A work meeting where I was new to a company and it was a 3D thing. And the boss was talking to someone high ranking in the other company. And he was trying to say how we had the experts here. I said, and we have the expert here, Captain 3D. And like he couldn't remember my real name, but he could do the Captain 3D. Anyway. So it works in real life as well.
So not only have we got lots of those prompts and those kind of statements that I was going to get to use as our discussion prompts tonight that were obviously not needed, but we never even got to the what were you before you were Whisky Mystery, the Captain 3D thing. Let's do this. Next time you're in Scotland, let's do it again. And we'll catch up on all the stuff that we never did last time.
We will be fine coming back.
There might not be much
more.
No,
we'll bring the bottle.
Oh, they're definitely coming back.
We'll bring the bottle.
Yes.
Yeah. Here's to the next time.
Scotty needs to come over.
We'll bring a Brora 38.
I'll make sure that the bottle is in his hands long in advance. Menno, my friend, will we remain friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, after this evening.
Yes.
Fantastic. Listen, for
It's-
anybody that doesn't know Menno is not only a friend of mine, but he's also known as Lord Asshat and yes, king of the quiz at the end, basically. Know that a lot of the quiz culture that's happened through the quiz at the end has happened because once upon a time Menno stepped forward to host the quiz at the end. And from there on, people never again, never have that guy back again, never again. But we've had him back, we've had him back, we've had him back. And he does always bring interesting questions. Some of them are rock hard, some of them are true asshats. But he's also occasionally very kind as well. I don't mind. It's all for fun. We're here for fun. Please stay and participate in a quiz at the end with Menno, Phil, Deepa, and myself. And I've got these special wee gadgets, if I can find them. These were
perfect.
the cards. Springbank made these for me.
Springbank.
The guys down at Springbank. It was actually David. I'm pretty sure it was David that made them.
I'm worried about knocking that over.
So we've got, rather than getting the pens out and scribbling on paper, we've actually got official A,
B, C.
B, and C tonight. So Menno, you give us the countdown and we commit to whatever our letter is. Does that
Brilliant.
work for you?
That works perfectly for me. It's been
Doesn't
such a
work
wonderful
until now.
vPub, so I hope I won't be the one who shits on the parade, so to speak.
No, it's not. That's not possible, buddy. You're always welcome. I'm pushing all of these other amazing whiskies. I'm like, just why are they here? Get them out of my way. You're always welcome and to bring an amazing. And it's if I leave it more than about 6 or 8 weeks and there hasn't been a Menno quiz, people start to say, "Right, where's Menno?"
No, they start getting soft.
when are we having another Menno quiz? And then I suppose they have to be reminded about just how brutal a Menno quiz can be. Okay, we'll keep these close to our chests. We'll hand over the steering of the ship to you, my friend. Can I still move this around so that you're in charge? It matters not. I'm going to bring this up here.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh, that's it.
Terrific. Well, good luck, everyone. We're hosting again.
I'm saving this a little bit.
Here, I'll give you that.
No,
back.
I'm going Bere Barley.
Okay. Let's
Barley.
roll with it.
Good luck. Cheers. Good luck.
Good luck, everyone.
Good luck. Good luck.
Deepa went Springbank.
Question 1. Over the years, there have been several hundred of videos, vlogs, and lives from Phil and Deepa, and usually it's just the two of them. But on a rare occasion, they have a guest on as well. Who was the first ever guest on their whiskey channel?
Oh no, the pressure.
You need the answers.
Ooh.
I
Was it
know.
A, Phil's dad? Was
Oh my
it B,
God.
Roy Duff? Or was it C, Ralphie?
I forgot that a very, very.
Don't say anything.
I don't even remember.
It's been a while,
Probably.
but surely you would know the answer, I presume, I hope. Answers in 3, 2, 1. A,
Technology for guess.
and B.
Oh,
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay, I will.
Was I one?
I
Were you
remember.
on? You can't remember. No, it was
Suddenly.
indeed Phil.
Oh,
Yes.
I don't think I've ever been
We've been
invited.
we've
No,
been
no.
your way. I don't think we've ever hosted.
Stop.
I don't think we've ever hosted an incoming stream of anyone.
Yeah, remote.
The
thing.
technology.
Yeah. But it would detract from what the focus that you're doing there to put the focus on a guest. I don't think we've done.
We're one up.
One up. Work to do, Deepa.
You'll get your revenge, Deepa. Don't worry.
Oh, Menno is.
No. Question 2. From that famous or infamous bottle of Ardmore Legacy, the journey Phil and Deepa made is quite spectacular. Which bottle currently takes the #1 spot on their shelf? It's like kicking down an open door. Is it A, a
Don't say it too early.
25-year-old Springbank? Is it B, a 30-year-old Brora? Or is it C, a 21-year-old Rosebank? This will be a tough
They
one.
always start off.
You know,
Comfortable.
currently is important.
Wait, will I shut this down so that we don't...
No, that is funny.
Okay, then answers please in 3, 2, 1. Is it a Brora? Is it a Brora? Of course it is.
All the bees.
The Brora, yes.
It is. The others have all been there.
Yep.
Others have all
Indeed,
been there.
yep, indeed they have.
That Glenelgan is still amazing.
Yeah.
But it's difficult, as you say, to articulate why there's such a huge difference. Fabulous, Menno, buddy.
Question 3. Just recently, Craigellachie announced a series of 9-year-old whiskies to be released in their Wood Collection series. Which of these claims about this series is actually true? Aha. Is it A, they all come with a recommended retail price of 60 quid, they're all 9-year-old whiskies, or they're all sherry cask finished whiskies?
Wood Collection. Okay.
Ready to commit?
Ready to come in?
Yeah.
Then in 3, 2, 1, answers please. Roy has played this game before. In fact, he invented it. It's all of course. They're all shit.
Oh, very good.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
I thought
very
you were
good.
talking.
But we all got a point.
Yeah.
We all got a point. Yeah.
Yeah, on the off chance that no one got the first 2 answers correct, then there's answer 3 to make amends.
I feel we're being set up here.
Yep.
We are about to be
The
hammered.
rug is just about.
Yeah.
But the first half is always kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, this is good.
It's like
I've cracked it.
it will be
I
fine.
I know
It
this
will
stuff.
be fine. Just come with me.
Yeah.
It will be
And
absolutely
then-
fine.
Out comes the
Yeah.
rug, and then you tumble.
Next
The ass
minute
hats,
you've
the
got one.
banana skins.
Next minute you've
Will
got
it
one.
will it be on question 4 then? Who or what is Knocknamoine? Is it A, the latest whiskey released by Torvik? Is it B, a newly announced Lowland distillery? Or is it C, a limited release from Enoch?
Really?
Mhm. This has been on the Dramface website. In case you missed
Oh
it.
yes.
It has been on a very recent vPub.
Damn it. I've been busy.
That's okay. You have been busy. You've both been very, very busy.
Okay, answers in 3, 2, 1. Time to commit.
Oh.
Oh.
That was
I don't know.
Well, I think so. I think so.
Well, you've all done your homework, obviously.
yes.
Congrats.
Yes.
What happened? I thought you'd taken it away from us.
You did a common sense.
Good. You used your common sense, of course.
Right.
Can I have some of that common sense?
Oh, I'm
It's a
feeling
rare
relieved
commodity
already. We're at
these
question
parts.
4. I don't think
4
we've
for
actually
4.
scored.
And
4 out of 4. Yeah.
I'm getting
4 for
scared.
4, yeah, indeed. One more for a pass mark. And it's obviously the picture question. I'm pretty confident you'll be pleased with this one as well.
If it's our house. I'll-
No, there's a picture by Tom, who visited Scotland last week, and he was kind enough to lend this one to me. So the question is, obviously, where
Thanks so
are
much.
we? Are we on Isla? Are we in Speyside? Or are we in Campbelltown?
Oh, the hammer is going to come down
The
hard.
glee.
Oh,
The hammer is going to come down hard any minute on these questions.
But not yet. Not yet.
not yet, not yet. Just cruise your way to a pass mark first.
In a bit, yeah.
Okay, answers please in 3, 2, 1. C. Of course, we are. Where
Yes.
exactly? I'll give you a bonus point.
We are at the bottleneck.
Yeah, after this, the started rain.
Yes, Deepa was eating it last time we were there.
Have you ever
The
eaten-
barley, oh yeah, yeah.
The best
See,
breakfast.
roasted with a wee bit of salt, and sometimes they'll do it as a wee snack.
Oh,
Oh.
So good. Ebhead has got a pass mark. Stephen Gibson is screaming at Menno for some reason. Hopefully, it's a good scream. Greg's Whiskey Guide in Paris is on a pass mark. So is Too Slow Rob. Good to see you, Rob.
nice.
Hell's Wid on a 5 out of 5. Petehead 5 out of 5. Lots of 5 out of 5s. Danny Hebbington, Andrew Hammaker, Lachlan McKenzie, Lassie Hort Oatsman 5. Oh, this
Yeah.
he's gone soft.
He
He's
has
gone
gone soft. I feel a change of.
You will never get it any better.
No.
Let's see what's going to happen now. Take it away for the second half.
They ever met us up with the shoes on it.
We felt so guilty walking across that.
On the suit, yeah.
With
Okay,
the shoes.
over here, Rob.
And Eric Wade has indeed spotted
it's
the clue,
cooked.
and I'm sure many others have
Fermented
as
and
well.
it's distilled. It's like, there's no shoe left.
Sorry, Menno.
Okay, ready for question 6? When Bere barley was reintroduced in the whiskey industry in the early 21st century, which distillery took the lead?
Oh,
Would that have been A. Bruichladdich, B.
Oh my God,
Springbank,
that's
or
very
C.
difficult.
Aaron?
It's tough, actually.
And it could indeed be a banana skin question.
The options.
hang on.
So A was Springbank.
Yep, sorry. Something went wrong. A was Bruichladdich, B was Springbank, and C was
Oh my
Aaron.
God.
ooh.
Oh.
When was the first Bere barley that we had?
Mhm.
I have to go for my mind. Stump it.
I am answering purely. I'm not even going to say. I have to not say anything.
Right.
My first experience is with something there, but I have to stop.
Okay, with something. Deepa's first experience is with something, and she's gonna.
So I have to
to.
go for that. Even though I have my mind, that's because it's supposed to be that one.
I can't make a connection. I
Ah.
can't. But I know it's not the bloody thingies.
Okay.
Okay, please commit in 3, 2, 1. Answers, please. It's the crowd has really been split.
Oh yeah,
ABC.
But maybe because it's for my experience.
Well-
That was my first experience.
I leaned.
Oh, you're with the team.
I leaned on the lounge. Did it in any way help? Is the banana skin caught?
The lounge absolutely kicked it out of the park,
course.
Roy.
No.
No.
They
Lounge.
no.
So I was
The
thinking,
rules on the vPub. If you're struggling, so the ideal scenario is 10 out of 10 on your own.
Yeah,
If you're struggling, you lean on the lounge.
my mind
So-
went to
So
And
no.
you
Uh,
was it Springbank?
for
So it's a
me.
50-50, right?
local barley
Okay.
11, Bere barley.
Ah,
That's where I went.
But for me,
So,
it was
but-
I thought with the plastic.
Yeah, the Bruichladdich.
so what
Bere
year was
barley.
it? 2021, 2019?
I couldn't remember when it came out, but it was
What? It's later than
it was the 16, then the 11, I think. And that's Bere barley.
I never knew about
So
Aaron.
the 16 was
no idea.
2017, the 16-year-old.
Yeah.
So it's long. But even then,
Yeah.
Menno, tell us which Aaron is there?
I couldn't take it up with Dave Broom. I got it from his book. From the Center Place.
So there hasn't been a release yet.
It just mentioned that Aaron was experimenting with the entire Bere barley.
They're
thing,
waiting
so-
until it's 25 years old.
and then
It's
sell
funny,
it for
we-
£5,000. Yeah.
The tasting of this local barley, Bere barley, we didn't like it in the lineup until it was blind. And that's the one that made it to the top shelf.
Ah.
Mm.
Similar to today. Very nice.
So Roy, you're in for 6 for 6 then.
Yeah, no, but it feels hollow because unless you've earned it yourself, right? But yes, I am in for 6 for 6. Okay, let's go. It's a Ben whiskey with Molly hollow.
Okay, I'm rooting for you then. On the back of the previous question, Bere barley is the foundation on which Scottish agriculture and whiskey was built. But how much of it was produced or grown by the 1980s?
Oh, here we go.
Was it A, roughly 500,000 acres? Was it B, roughly 50 tons worth a year?
No,
Or
no,
was it C, less than 25 acres or 10 hectares?
So now,
Deepa said, I don't understand the language. Yeah, I can't help you with it.
Menno is back in full song. This is typical Menno questions.
Bere barley, small, medium, or large? No, it's not even that. Or is it?
about the maximum. About the maximum.
Menno, I
Yeah.
want to protest. There is no asshat emoji logo on this.
About the maximum.
I've no idea.
Right. I'm going to go. So 500,000 acres. A is 500,000 acres. B is roughly 50 tons worth a year. And C is less than 25 acres, which is 10 hectares.
Yeah, approximately
Okay.
1 hectare is 2.5 acres.
Okay.
Okay. About the maximum.
Which? Oh, mystical Brora, can you help me?
About the maximum. About the maximum.
Which one is the maximum?
What,
I don't think it's going to help you.
This is the
The
highest.
maximum.
This is the highest. This is the lowest, and this is somewhere in between. I would
What
guess.
was it again?
I'm going with this, but I am highly
About the
likely.
maximum.
So,
About the
Okay,
maximum.
whatever's the maximum, Deepa's going for it.
The maximum is A. I would say
I
500,000
go
acres. Okay, but
Just think
lean
about
on
the
me.
previous question.
Oh, I see.
Consider the previous question.
but they're just as annoyed. This is the question that takes everyone out. Says Sugar Kid.
The only thing I got out of mystical Brora was, I don't deal with asshats. And it left me to it.
and rightfully so, may I add.
Well, none of us
Okay.
do.
Just 3, 2, 1.
Again.
ABC. Oh. I think Roy has been here before and played this game with me. It was indeed C.
Right.
Well, I know. I remember reading that
Yep.
they brought it. They basically brought it back from nothing.
Yeah,
They there was nothing,
yeah.
and they brought it back from.
And it's nothing to do with your seat is facing the audience's response.
Well, I have to say, I did my seat, but so is your seat.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, why didn't you tell me that earlier?
So
No, hang on, you blocked it with a glass of Brora.
Yeah.
Sorry. There we go. So, but what I'll also say is this is a reason for assets and banana skins because you can choose to follow the crowd.
Yeah.
But it's designed deliberately to make you want to maybe have your own original thought too. So I did look at the lounge for that one, but I have to say I answered that different to the last one, which I fully abused the lounge for. This one I did go with my own gut.
That was a medium lounge. And it was full
A
lounge
medium lounge.
earlier.
Well, I was curious about the lounge. I don't think the lounge wasn't going to make me change my mind.
I
but
see. You'd already.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
got it.
yes.
Still quite a few people hanging in there for 7 out of 7.
Oh,
So well done to
Come
them.
on, the sevens.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Onwards to question 8. The US have a long and rich tradition of making bourbon and corn whiskey, but when did the first ever American single malt saw the light of day?
Ooh.
Would that have been A in 1799, B in 1899, or C in 1999?
I'm
Just blocking.
It's committed, right? This
Roy's confident?
yeah. Well, I have to play the game properly now because I'm not being allowed to cheat anymore.
How early did the Scotchman
Not a
get
cheat
over there?
anymore.
Oh, mystical. Never mind.
Phil's looking at the... Are you ready?
Yes.
Oh, it's no help
Then-
anyway. Look,
okay.
I'm reading A, B, C. A,
Okay, then answers in 3, 2, 1. B, C. Oh, again the crowd is
Keep us on
split.
Team Roy.
Well done, Roy. Still
Oh,
in front.
I was going to even suggest that I could answer which one it was.
Yep.
You could pull the bottle.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Surprising that it's only as recent.
5. That would. That's. I'm equaling my best.
Are you at 5? You're at 5.
I think so.
Pass mark done. Job's done. We can relax now.
Well done.
I was good.
Well done.
I was good through easy
I
mode.
was an easy. Okay, got common sense.
Yeah,
Common
that
sense.
was
Okay,
an
good.
easy one. That was an easy one, isn't
Very
it?
good.
Of course, it's 1989.
Because how many got? It's a new got to be.
When LA was celebrating its whichever
Oh,
centenary.
50 years.
No, it was something reasonable. I was like, yeah, but Hebden Bridge is older than that.
But it's indeed surprising that the first time it appeared, it's as recent as 1999.
Yeah.
Yeah. American single malt. Yeah.
Yep.
Dave Shaw's bought us a dram. Thanks for the priceless whiskey wisdom, gang. Cheers. Thank you very much, Dave. I'll raise a wee glass
I'm
of.
saving that.
Yeah, save it. Cheers, Dave.
Cheers.
Thank you, buddy.
Okay, the second to last question. Up and running since 2018, the same year Phil Deepa kicked things off. The Borders Distillery is yet to release a single malt whiskey of its own. And the Borders Distillery was founded or co-founded by 4 people who all what? Is it A, they previously worked for William Grant and Son?
Oh, nice.
Is it B, are a keeper of the quake? Or C, have outed themselves as teetotalers?
Where's the bottle of Brora, Roy?
But
Bring it back.
idiot. But idiot.
Quake, keeper of the quake.
Quake.
A vessel.
To
Quake, yeah. Keeper of the quake.
a sharing cup.
Right.
But
For sharing around.
oh,
Symbolic drinking vessel.
They're usually made of pewter. And they have 2 handles,
I've never heard of it.
like an ashtray,
Yeah.
an ashtray that you drink from. Keeper of the Quake. Previously worked for Wally Grants, or they've outed themselves as teetotalers.
I'm just going for the. I'm spinning until someone says stop.
Stop.
I think I heard Roy say nice. So answers in 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
C, A, and Deepa is.
Oh.
Oh.
Because we need to comment that.
Oh, common sense. Okay.
Passion.
I was using random sense.
Roy,
they're all from the industry, I think. They're all from the industry. I don't.
will this be the night where you indeed bag yourself a 10 out of 10?
Well,
Yes.
That's very boring.
Anyone who didn't catch that, it sounds very boring. 2%.
Deepa, I have never scored 10. Never. Menno always comes along. Oh, good Roy,
Oh,
good
we're
Roy,
at
good Roy.
9.
Like,
Hang on. Who else is 9 for 9?
there'll be a lot
Gabriel.
on 9 out of 9 tonight, I think. And also,
Menno.
Wow,
I
not out of 9.
I leaned
Miller.
on the
Wow.
for the beer barley one. I leaned on the Helen, Chris
Jerry
Pollack,
Miller.
Jerry Miller, Chris Barlow. Oh, Chris Barlow's on an 8, almost there, buddy. Nick on a 9, and this Whiskey 101. Nicholas on a 9. Where's Roy? That's Roy Ovimere in Norway.
I'm living in the twilight zone
Beep,
from
beep.
Desi.
9 out of 9.
Desi's fantastic. I
That's-
hope you meet Desi one day.
That's great.
I mean,
If you see me,
Peter Box 9, Rob
Jimmy.
Smith 9, Jimmy Legg 9, Sugar Kitty 9. Lots of 9s. Tobias on 9 as well.
Where are the 5 out of 5s?
Oh, we've had more than 5. 5 out of 9, you mean?
Oh yeah. No, I was trying to stay in my winning moment there.
You're still a pass mark. You're relaxing now. You
That's right.
can stop making an effort.
Okay,
Helpful.
then
Yes.
I'm
Here
rooting for
comes-
all of you. Here comes the pain.
Right.
Here
Oh,
The
comes the
hard
pain.
question.
Oh, mi vamos.
Phil and
Phil and
Deepa.
Deepa are quite productive when it comes to releasing videos.
I
How
don't
many
know,
videos
Master.
did
You
they
know,
release
you know,
over the
I
course of
don't know.
5 years? Is it
You know.
A, about 3 times
No,
as
I
much as there are currently active distilleries in Scotland?
Oh,
Is
damn
it
it.
B, about twice as much as the combined age of their
Oh my
current top
gosh.
10 whiskies? Or is
Oh,
it
no,
C,
that's so complicated. The math.
about 3 times as much as there are non-European distilleries mentioned in the Malt Whisky Yearbook of
Oh, damn it.
2024?
hang on. I've
I
got this.
regret nothing.
After Arthur.
I've got this.
Menno, fair
I'm
play.
being deliberately
Fair
horrible here.
play. You have redefined what an ASAC question is.
Let's see. Combined age of their current top 10. Admittedly, they're pretty heavy in the ages.
Yeah.
About
Wow.
twice as much.
I'm well aware
Yes.
this comes down to
That's
throwing a
for
dart.
Let's go team effort.
Can I just clarify? Distilleries in Scotland, do you mean malt distilleries?
Well, would it matter if
Yeah.
would the 7 grain distilleries
There's a few. There's a few grain distilleries too.
7 or
Right,
thereabouts?
I'm committed. I'm
About 3 times as
I'm locked
there
in.
are non-European village. But twice of that. How many is that?
No,
More
but
than-
not,
more
but,
than-
but it's not Europe.
It's not going to help you. About 3 times.
5 years.
But
Three,
it's
5
non,
years, 6
but it's
years.
non-European.
Yeah, three
I
times
will-
as much as there
I
are
will
non-
say I just took a
distilleries mentioned in
peek.
the malt whiskey. Yearbook.
They're not European.
No.
Meaning not UK.
No,
The UK's
Scotland.
no longer in Europe.
No, but in that context, he would mean Europe, I think. I mean, we're not politically or
Non-Europe.
commercially,
I mean,
but we are.
with non-European, I mean
geographically in
not
Europe.
Irish, not Scottish, not English.
So non-Europe,
He said that UK is not
Non-
part of Europe.
correct. So everything outside of Europe
Ah, okay.
as a continent, we are still in Europe. I mean, they can do some things to us, but they can't take us geographically out of the continent, right?
They're not how many things you.
I will say that I based this question when I visited your homepage on the YouTube channel. It mentions just how many videos are on there, and I took that as if that helps.
Yeah.
I just took that number on the.
Does it mention that?
No, it helps me not, because not only do you need to know how many videos, you also need to have some idea of. So
Yeah. Does it include
How many
quadcopter videos?
active distillery in Scotland?
How many active distilleries?
141 just now, more
Yeah.
or less.
But he's there at a factory.
141.
Twice as many. Are we including quadcopter videos from 10 years ago or not?
Oh yeah,
Does Run to Isla marathon training count as a whiskey
Yes.
video?
he's
Yes.
looked at your page and he's counted how many videos, and that's all the videos. Captain 3D, everything.
Okay. Got it.
Okay.
That is
Answers
a
in-
very, very, very good question.
Answers in 3,
I'm impressed with you.
2, 1. Uh-oh. Let me tell you, indeed, there are roughly
I don't
140
know.
something distilleries in Scotland. The combined age of your current top 10 whiskies is somewhere around 262. So, on average, the whiskey in your top 10 is 26 years old.
Blind tasted. Remember?
Blind, expensive
And-
taste.
There are about 300 something non-European distilleries mentioned in the Malt Whisky Yearbook.
Wow.
And Roy, I regret to say that was the answer I was looking for.
Oh, no, we all got it wrong.
I was just about to pour them another Brora Menno. How are you feeling about stealing that from Phil and Deepa?
Gutted. I'm absolutely gutted.
I mean, is that
935 videos.
Brora.
I think we should send Menno
Yeah.
a Brora. don't you?
935 videos.
930.
Deepa's telling me I'm terrible because I'm wrong because I couldn't get that right.
935 videos.
Wow.
Oh,
We should make a few more to get up to
I
1,000.
know
Gotta get to
idea.
1,000.
So here, Menno, assist me in this task, won't you? For stay a little while so that we can bully them into making a few more.
But after my few more.
Are you up for reviewing all of the Broras?
Mhm. Just
That is not good.
Oh, I
while
don't
you're
understand
there,
Deepa's answer. Hang on. Explain yourself.
Because it's not accessible.
It's not accessible. So you're doing it for the good of the nation.
She wants to keep all the Brora.
Yeah, that's what's happened. Deepa's quickly calculated, are they going on the sharing list, and wants to shut this idea down.
Right, the 10 out of 10s, Menno, buddy. Let's see who managed. Jimmy Legg.
Oh, Jimmy,
let's
come on.
A Gloucester man in Nova Scotia. Look at that for
Oh,
a yes. Celebrating
Jimmy.
a 10 out of 10. Jimmy Legg. So
I'm going Springbank.
well done, big guy. Well done. 9 out of 10. Pete had just slipped up at the end. Gabriel, well done. Gabriel, again, it's not your first 10 out of 10, buddy. I know you do quite well. But another 10 out of 10 tonight. Well done, Gabriel. Ian Bruce, well done. All 10 out of 10s. He's saying, and Lassie is saying, yay. Lassie's also scored a 10 out of 10. Superb. Lassie. Fernando is 10 out of 10. They're just leaving emoji and running around the room with a t-shirt doing this.
So many 10s.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. Who else? I don't want to miss any.
Wow.
Tobias, amazing. 10 out of 10. Tobias is celebrating. Too Slow is just pouring out the love. We don't know what he scored, but he's very happy. Good to see you, Rob. Thanks for joining, buddy. Any 10 out of 10. So just to see how there's so many people locked,
How?
and it just gets close to the end, and only a few end up. Sometimes only one or two, sometimes even none, because it just gets harder and harder and harder.
Yeah.
And it gets to the asshat at the end. It's just hard for the sake of being
yep,
utter asshattery. Menno, you do always bring it, buddy. You do always bring it.
A magical effort.
I was quite pleased with the asset question.
Pleased with the asshat. Jimmy Legg is saying this dram is for Menno. He slipped me the answers pre-show. I love you, Menno.
Love you too, Jimmy. Hey, you're on 935 videos. Just pinch 65 bottles from Roy's collection. He won't notice.
That's right. 65 more.
Very, very, very good person.
Just fantastic. Just fantastic. So I'm going to summarize. Menno, you need to bear witness to this. We have something that was never designed. You say you never intended to do it. You made that video. It was only ever going to be one video.
Yes.
One video.
Because nobody needs more whiskey than that.
24 bottles of whiskey, but one video. But then you discovered whiskey.
Yeah.
You made friendships.
Yeah.
You built a community around your channel. People that loved you and loved what you did and realized that it was unique and it was different. And people turned up every week and they did the thing and all of it.
Yeah,
and you did the sharing. You did everything blind and you finished it. And then when did you end? When you opened the final bottle.
And it was a group effort to work out what that last one on the list was.
Of course, the worst.
We went through every step the way we've always gone through it. Amazingly, everyone knew what it was.
Especially the last 5.
The last one.
Yeah.
If you're going to sit blind, make it only them. Make it so that there's only one possibility.
Amroot Port Nova.
Is that what it was?
But amazing for me in 5 years. But I was try.
What you wanted to try?
And you fit for 5 years.
Yes. Yeah. Sometimes we bought things and we were like, when is it
going
to show up?
When are we going to get to try it?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was
Listen, you've done that as a concept. All I want to do, I bullied you in 2018.
It is your fault.
When you came on the vPub,
yeah,
I said, we need this. We need more of this.
Yeah.
Please, can you consider? And you were I think you were already considering. You were already quite happy.
Yeah.
You enjoyed the reception you got to that original video.
Yeah.
I would like to take some credit for the fact that I pushed
credit blame.
I nudged you in a way that I was proved right on that thing. I was
Yeah.
wrong on the quiz tonight, but I was proved right on that.
It was
That you were bringing something through a completely different lens, a completely different perspective that was valuable.
it was so enjoyable, the whole process for us, because of the response from everyone who watched.
Yeah.
And especially when it went live, I know it was a time when a lot of people were looking for some kind of community because we were all isolated. And that Thursday just turned into the whiskey day, didn't it? And we warmed up. Then your show came. We had Scotch for Dummies. The American shows
It was
came
the
later.
relay sessions. Yeah.
And it was so nice. Like, we would get to, people would be in the chat going, okay, I've got to go over to Roy's now. We're like, oh, right, we've got to go to Roy's. We'd shut down. We'd all run over and be like, oh, hey. We'd see you on the other side. You see all the names pop up. And the community flow through that time was special.
For me, the best part was the community.
Yeah.
That were our friends.
Yeah.
And we just probably split the time, but then
Yeah, our online friends, and so many of the whiskies were shared. I know, in the US, it's easier to send things around than going international borders.
Sure.
There was definitely one Springbank that lurked around the Canadian border for, I think, it was measured in months. And it finally got there. But
So this is way more than you expected.
yeah,
You have spent a lot of money on whiskey. You invested a lot of time in whiskey.
Yeah.
Has it paid you back? Has whiskey paid you back?
I mean, even just the internal experience of concentrating your effort into something like that, in a way that you never expected it to just, unfold, the magic that unfolded. And then realizing that's why everyone's there, because they've had this same magic unfolding experience.
Epiphanies, disappointments,
Yeah.
banana skins, assets, trip up, everything. And they can watch and they can connect because they know.
But I'm
Listen.
telling you, anyone who likes black art is wrong.
There's more than one black hat. Listen, and the thing is that somebody out there is going to be going, but that's my favourite, and somebody else is going to be going, that Phil's right. That was terrible, the amount of money I spent on that. The thing is that we all occupy a different place on the neurospectrum.
Right.
I love where you two occupy the whiskey spot on
Yeah.
the neurospectrum. And I think if you stop doing what you're doing, that's fine. You've done your thing. It was unique, and you completed it, and you did everything perfectly.
It did feel like we went through this magical arc.
Yes.
And the conclusion was as important as the start, and everything in between had its own place.
This
in
is
the
not how
journey.
bullying works, Phil.
Oh yeah.
I need to.
That's right. Sorry. Get back to.
Sorry. You can go and leave and let us all just kind of do our uncorkings and our summaries and our scores and our please subscribe and stuff.
Yeah.
Or you can find a new learning trajectory.
Yeah. That's what it's all about.
Another angle to get the juices flowing again and keep the passion. Because if we don't want you just to turn up for the sake of rhythm or habit or because you have a duty.
Yeah.
We want you to do it because you have the passion and you love it.
Yeah.
yes,
So it's incumbent upon us all to kind of work and make whiskey something that is like tonight. You just the mystical Brora.
Yeah.
Maybe now you have demonstrated tonight. The apprenticeship is done.
Right.
Now it's time for you to. The guiding hand was reached out, and now you have to be the guiding hand.
Yeah. We need to work out. But
It's
so much fun being idiots.
Yeah. Listen, never let idiocy be a hindrance. I mean, it's just I turn up every Thursday night, and I really from we go live to the you don't know what you're going to say. You don't know how it's going to turn out.
Yeah.
You don't know how you're
I
going to
have
be.
no idea what Deepa's going to say.
But it's going to be always wonderful. It's always going to be wonderful. But you have to just accept that that's part of it all, and that whiskey is going to help you. It's going to inspire you. It's going to lead you. It's what I believe I've been doing. I've been enjoying whiskey for so long. Every Thursday night, I'm like, why am I doing this? And then you look at the community and
I
you're
know.
like, that's why we're doing
Yes.
it. So
it was a community.
yes. So all I'm going to ask is that that door, the Whisky Mystery door, is currently closed. Can you at least leave it unlocked?
Never locked.
That's
Never
all.
locked.
That's all we need.
Yeah.
There's an opportunity. The channel doesn't need to look at the love. We would like to see Phil and Deepa find a way to keep it going, whether it's live streams, whether it's recorded stuff, whether it's you just being playful and enjoying. Just light the chat up with the wee whiskey fantastic hearts.
I mean, that's
the wee hearts.
but then we got together with Roy.
Yeah.
And Sean.
That's it. Our whiskey friends. Cheers, whiskey friends.
I've loved watching you guys over the last 5 years. It's been an absolute treat, a privilege. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
And it's there for everyone to go and enjoy. It's there for posterity. You can go back beyond the first ever whiskey video and see where they truly came from. The 3D environment. They both are ex-DreamWorks employees. We never even got to touch upon that tonight. But like I said, I have a suspicion that Phil and Deepa will be back here. I'll have to configure the vPub into a space where 3 people can fit behind the camera.
Just don't look at those early shop videos because you'll see the prices.
Oh, yeah. Well, I suppose we all know that was the case.
Yeah.
And we all know that, and it helps us make informed decisions.
Yeah.
Look how much that price has gone up.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to look elsewhere. I don't need to be brand loyal, right?
You know, when we did look back at prices, Dalmore 12 was still the same years later.
Wow, because they were elevated. They were one of the earliest ones to elevate their prices.
Yeah.
Listen, the vPub is always going to be a different thing. It's going to be a solo session from me, soapboxing, maybe ranting or whatever. It's going to be a gamified thing. It's going to be an on-location thing. It's going to be a guest session. But for me, maybe it's obvious, but the best sessions are when I can hang out here with the Roddies and the Phils and the Deepas, and that feels like just having fun and being able to invite other people who care into. Yeah. This has been just lovely, just gorgeous from start to finish tonight. I've loved it.
Well,
I think that
fantastic.
Yeah.
We did the first video.
When we did the first video,
we didn't do it ourselves.
Yeah, we did it for ourselves.
Really, but it was Roy who pushed us.
Yeah, to do
more. To
go public, do more. So, do you regret anything?
So because of Roy, you got us.
Yeah, because of Roy, you got us.
Hey, there are lots of things that I will not take responsibility for, but I will take responsibility for that.
Very good.
Menno, my friend, thank you very much for stepping forward, for being a superhero again, for wearing the Lord Ass hat as you always do.
I was very, very impressed, but he wasn't.
With the questions, you're very impressed. Yeah.
He's a superstar. Do you know that Menno and I have never met in real life yet?
Oh.
He's in Belgium. It's going to happen soon, buddy, isn't it?
I hope so, yes.
I'll squeeze the life out of you when it happens.
Yeah.
Menno, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And to everyone that's still in here at the Dynam. Look, I told you it would get 3 hours. What's happening? Yeah. I'm gonna kill it before we hit 3 hours. But honestly,
I forgot body.
Yeah,
I know. Thank you all so much. Whether you've picked this up and hang out with us live, like so many of you have, right up until the end of the stream. Thank you all so much. And if you're picking this up on the replay, thank you for your views. Leave a wee like as well. And thank you for everything. Thank you for all your support. This is a pleasure, and I'm going to enjoy the last of this wee Springbank and the last of the mystical Brora.
The last of the Brora.
To Captain 3D, to Phil and Deepa, to Whisky Mystery, to all of you. Until next time, Menno, thank you. Slàinte mhath.
Slàinte mhath.
To everyone out there.